Let the bass kick.
Hey!
Are we here? Did we arrive?
What up? Do not adjust your screens. Zach Evans and Donny Bannister are in the house.
These guys.
Point at the camera and do that. Okay.
What up, everybody? My name is Will, and with me tonight are Jay, as per usual, and our friend Zach Evans and Donny Bannister from Black Monocle Discs. We are very excited to have these guys in the studio, in the Sapphire Lounge with us tonight. We've been talking about getting them on the air for a while, but you guys might know them from the recent and current renovation project underway at Two Rivers Disc Golf Course. They have been out there for the last, what has it been, Zach, year and a half, 2 years now?
Yeah, we started in October of 18.
A lot of hard work, total redesign, new tee pads, new signs, new baskets, and you guys have been hard at work, like we said, for quite some time out at Two Rivers. Yeah. So there's been a lot involved with that. There has been a lot of different fundraiser events and a lot of stuff that we're going to talk about with you guys tonight. We're jumping on real quick to try and get the weekly breakdown and the current updates from the show all out of the way, or from the weekly, or from the area events and all that stuff, because we want to have about an hour at least to talk to you guys. And then we also have Telly coming to join us tonight, and Logan is probably going to be joining us in a Zoom call as well.
All right.
But yeah, welcome to episode 91 of the Music City Disc Golf Podcast. It is Monday, July 27th. Nailed it.
Again.
And let's get right into the weekly breakdown. Alrighty, starting off the week, you guys, on Saturday, we've got random draw doubles at Seven Oaks, and that is a 2 o'clock round, and I believe the ace pot is currently at $50, and as far as I know, they're coming back this weekend.
Yeah. Very nice.
So I talked to John a little bit over the weekend, and I think that's the plan. Sunday morning, we've got Sunday singles with Q-Tip at Seven Oaks. If I can get the button to work. There we go. Boom. Flyer. That is a 8:30 sign up. 8:30 to 9:10. Players meeting at 9:15. Tee off at 9:30. Last Sunday of every month, they go to Cane Ridge. So I believe that was already, I think the 31st is, let's see here.
Oh.
Yes, that was last week. They were at Cane Ridge. So they will be going back to Seven Oaks this weekend. But yeah, guys, that is, like I said, 9:30 tee off, $15 entry for pros, $12 for AMs, and the ace pot is currently at, I believe, $148. What? To get you some money. Also, making its triumphant return on Sunday afternoon, we've got Cane Ridge Dubs, and they're currently on a bring your own partner format. So get in touch with Robert Zavala and sign up by letting him know who you'll be playing with and what the name of your team is. That's going to be a $20 a team entry, and there are pro divisions, AM divisions, ladies, and mixed. So get signed up, holler at Big Z. The ace pot out there is currently at $200. So get you some money. Moving into Monday. Today, it's Monday, and we've got random draw doubles at Squamchers Ferry, Sanders Ferry Park. That's with Russell Hammond, and that is a $10 entry every Monday, 5 o'clock sign up, 5:30 tee. There is also an optional $5 in for a CTP that goes specifically to raise money towards new baskets at Sanders Ferry. And he's giving away a special disc until it's gone, and then he'll get another special disc and give it away. So little fundraiser to go along with the weekly action there. Ace pot is currently at $304. 304. That was my area code where I grew up in West Virginia.
304? Is you capping that?
We did 304, boys.
They don't cap theirs out there, do they?
I don't believe Russell caps that ace pot. So
nice.
We've got many dollars for you to go get you some of in perpetuity. Also on Monday night, you guys, we have random draw doubles also at Sharp Springs Park in Smyrna. So whether you're to the north of town or the south of town, you can go get you some random draw dubs action. Sharp Springs every Monday, 5 o'clock sign up, 5:30 T, $10 entry. Terra Cravens is the TD. I didn't do my vocal exercises before we started. We're kind of in a hurry. But the ace pot for that, you guys, is at $401. So googly moogly, go get you some money. And moving into Wednesday, we've got the Wednesday night tag extravaganza. And Dr. Hoy is the man in charge of that. I'm usually out there helping him out. We've been getting big turnouts, so do not feel comfortable leaving him to the wolves. We've been getting like 40, 50 every week, and a bunch of new players. It's awesome to watch happen. But as a side of that, we have been getting lots of aces, and they keep draining us every week. So we're at $50 right now. So get you some money.
Well, it's a good thing because it should be back up pretty quick.
Yeah. But you can come sign up as early as 4:30. 5 o'clock is the designated time, but we're usually sending out the first group right about then. Last group will go out about 5:30. $1 to play goes to the course fund, $2 optional ace pot, $2 optional CTP, $5 optional to pay out, $10 all in. Get you some money. And also Wednesday night, and I finally got a flyer for this event, we've got random draw doubles at Cedar Hill. Billy Fowler. And I have learned my lesson, and I have stopped expecting him to look at the Facebook group chat, and I've started texting him separately to get an Ace Pot update. So Ace Pot at Cedar Hill is currently at $320. Get you some money.
I want to commend you on your effort to at least continue including him in the group message. You know,
well, I mean, I talk to Billy
anymore.
I talk to Billy all the time, and I finally, like the last time we talked in person, I was just like, I'm sorry, dude. I know. I'll just start texting you or calling you every Monday. So that's where we're at, and it's going to work great. Also, I now have a flyer for the show for, but yeah, you guys, I don't know if I mentioned that, but you can see there it's the same deal. 5 o'clock sign up, 5:30 T, $10 all in. Billy Fowler's the TD. Also on Wednesday night, we've got random draw doubles at Duck River Disc Golf brings us random draw doubles at Henry Horton State Park. Boom, and I finally got a flyer to put up on the show. You guys, they do things a little differently at Henry Horton. So that can't be right. That's Dub's thing for Sundays. Yeah, Sundays they tee off at 2. That's not correct. I believe that's a 5 o'clock round at Duck River. Disc Golf presents random draw doubles at Henry Horton, but they have 4 designated ace pots that are hole specific. We call them bounties. So all 4 of those are currently at $281 a piece. And hole 12 separately is at $420 through donations. So that's over $1,000. You guys, go get you some money, please.
Yeah.
For the love of mommy and daddy Warbucks.
I'm thinking these holes are hard.
Well, not really. You'd be surprised.
I mean, Horton, I've played it, but it's still, I mean, there's a couple holes that are tricky.
But it's a new approach. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like separate ace pots for those 5 holes.
That's pretty sweet.
It's pretty cool.
Chances.
I don't think Marcus likes it very much. He kind of got a little. He got a little into it on the glow round last episode.
We bring the fire out of him sometimes.
Sometimes we do, and I love it.
Hey, Marcus!
Shout out to Marcus. He'll be with us here shortly tonight. Thursday night, you guys, we've got random draw doubles at White House Park with Lance Kirby and company. You sign up at 5:10, tee off at 5:30, meet at hole 1, and that's a $10 entry. Same kind of breakdown, but the ace pot there is at $350. $350. Go get you some money. Get you some money. Another new flyer alert. Barfield random draw doubles Thursday night. So again, another opportunity, whether you're to the north or south of town, you got some random draw doubles going on. Barfield, we've got every Thursday, 5 o'clock sign up, 5:30 T, $10 entry. Jonathan Carter is the TD. Shout out to MTDGA. And the ace pot is combined for this with the Monday night doubles at Sharp Springs. So that's also at $401. Get you some money. And here's the belle of the ball. This week is the championship for the Two Rivers Bag Tag Series.
What? Nice tags, by the way.
I can go through this, but Donnie, why don't you just let them know what's going on since we got you right here in the lab?
All right, so we got the bag tag finales this Friday. We do sign up start around 5:30. We usually tee off right at 6 sharp, so we can try to finish up before it gets too dark. It's based on points, so we'll have trophies handed out to the top 2 division winners for their points. So it's double points for the finale. So if you haven't been coming and the division's kind of light, there's a chance you could still win a trophy. The ladies division has had 0 participants, so if you just come out, you'll probably win one of those trophies.
There you go.
You have a good chance.
Hint, hint.
Ladies' night.
So I already have the trophy, so if nobody comes, I might give one to myself, I guess, so I can feel good about myself. I don't know.
Now, if it's
We'll see
their
what
first time, do they have to buy membership?
Donny Bannister, FA2 champion.
Yeah, ladies division first place. So you do have to have a Two Rivers bag tag to play in it. The bag tag is $20, and it's a one-time fee, and it's a lifetime tag. So next year when we do the bag tag series, you can just bring the same tag back. You don't have to pay for it again, and all $20 goes straight to the course fund. So we've raised quite a bit of money just from the bag tags for the course, which has been pretty awesome. So, and in addition to that, it's $10 per round. So next year when you bring your tag back, it's just going to be $10 to play in the bag tag next year. So
yep,
that's awesome.
it's just initially the $20 all goes to the course though, so you can't even be mad about that.
Nah.
Not at all.
And it's pretty cool because you guys are doing something that people, I mean, Infinite's been making a lot of noise lately, Infinite Discs, and you guys are offering your AM payout in the form of gift cards to Infinite Discs.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so Infinite,
We'll talk a little bit more in detail
Right
about
on.
that later,
Sure,
but
sure.
because I want to know the whole story of how that came about, how that became your idea. But yeah, good opportunity to let everybody know if you're playing in an AM division at the Two Rivers bag tags, your payout is going to be in the form of Infinite Disc gift cards that you can spend on their web store, and they have great prices.
They have a great selection. You can pick what you want, so you got to just pick from a bin of discs that somebody didn't want to give to anyone else, and so you get to get what you want.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
It's great. It's even though it's not dynamic, it's kind of dynamic.
Hey, they carry dynamics.
Be
I mean,
dynamic.
If you want to buy that, you can. So.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying dynamic as in the literal definition. But last event of the week, you guys, we've got the weekend kickoff on Friday nights with Jordan Webster. That's going to be at White House this Friday. Ace Pot is currently at $158. Get you some money. AMs for $10, pros for $15, and go out to White House. Have some fun. Go through a couple things that just happened. Jay, I'm going to put you on deck. Go ahead and pull up. Go ahead and pull up some stats from the Huck Fest while I talk about something else that happened this weekend. So Saturday, we had the Battle of Music City team tournament that Andrew Lamont TD'd, and it was his first tournament he ever run. But man, to watch him run a players meeting, you wouldn't have known it. The guy had the presence of a person who knew what he was doing and had been doing it for years. I was very impressed. And only 4 teams out of a possible 12 signed up, but it was all good. Those 4 teams had a lot of fun. And some of the people on those teams were, you had Harless and Goad and Hauke, and I'm looking right here at Stone, and there was a bunch of ringers out there.
Well, the way that was structured, rating-wise, some of these guys took full advantage, and that's the way it should be because they're trying to get, he was trying to spread it club to club.
Well, that's the main idea. Andrew had come to me originally and said he wanted to do a statewide club tournament kind of thing where each club assembled a team, but he'd never run a tournament before, and I told him, I said, we've been talking about doing something similar for years, me and the other guys around the state, but it's like none of us have time or availability on the schedule to commit to something like that. Sure. So you would have to take the reins of it, and we would be resources to you.
Absolutely.
And he was like, well, I've never run a tournament before, so what if we did something small or local for me to kind of test it? And I thought that was a great idea.
Yeah.
And everybody got a sneak peek of the format. And it was great. Everybody had a great time. It's one of those things that looks really complicated on paper, but once you get 2 holes in, everybody's like, oh, yeah, I see how this works. But, yes, I want to say shout out to the Cannon and the Unbeatables. That was Jordan and Caleb Webster, Stone Smith, Josh Hauke, Andrew Pritchett, Kyle Batten, and Rodney Goad. They were the champions of the Battle of Music City. And we have 3 pictures of them all trying to get one finger on the trophy without blocking somebody's face. It looks like Jordan kind of got elbowed right there by Andrew. And turned into WWE for a minute. There's a nice, pleasant picture. But, yeah, congratulations to the winners of the first Battle of Music City. And just because this was a test of the format doesn't mean that we're not going to do it again locally. You know what I mean? Sure. So keep your teams on deck, and we don't know that it's going to necessarily be a club thing. We might give every course a chance to assemble a team.
I can see that.
And so if you're a local to Nashville, maybe you don't get selected to the team for your home course, but you could still be up for another course that you play regularly. You know what I mean? Because it would be like a team captain would be selected, like basically the course captain.
Could you have multiple course teams?
Yeah. Well,
like if you had like 5 teams from Seven Oaks.
No, not event. That would be another level of it. I think the idea here would be to have the same like 7-member team from each course, and the course captain of that course would be the team captain who would select the team and fill the available spots per division. So it's modeled very much after the club challenge they do in Virginia. So
I got you.
We also on Sunday had the White House Hut Fest. But yeah, I want to say thank you to Kim Birdie and Ed Birdie for coming out and sponsoring the event. Thank you to Andrew for bringing us something new and exciting. It was really awesome to watch you work, and I have nothing but great expectations of your events in the future. I think you're going to be a wonderful TD. You have all the makings of a person. I mean, like he was firm where he needed to be. He was very clear in his directions. He had printouts of the schedules and the rules for everybody to carry away in their bag. It was well done.
And you said he's never been involved with tournaments at all?
Never run a tournament before. Yeah.
Sounds like he's on top of it.
It was impressive. But yeah, we also had the White House Huck Fest on Sunday, the 3rd annual White House Huck Fest, and 2 rounds of 21 holes at White House.
Yes,
it was a C tier put on by the Sean Groten in the Nashville Disc Golf Store. Shout out to Justin Martineau, who TD'd the event. Also, always runs
like
a great
a champ.
event. Yep, always runs a great event. Very consistent. But Jay, you played.
I did half of it.
So you got some info on the tournament, maybe some stats and some insider info.
I got some insider info and I got some stats.
Okay.
Beautiful day, great tournament. Obviously, Sean does a really good tournament, and Justin knows how to TD. So it's one of those things that you show up and it's really in place. But first place, open, going into this, DJ Wicks, as always, seems to be the man to beat recently.
Oh, he's always up there.
Yeah.
He's always in contention, for sure.
Followed by our boy Turtle out of Memphis. Turtle power!
I like totals.
3 strokes. Donnie, or DJ, shot 17. Philip shot 14. Stone Smith, after his big rounds in Smyrna, rounded out the 3 with a 13 down.
Now, well, he was on the winning team of the Battle of Music City, too. I mean, the kid is playing hot right now, man.
Props to him because he's out there sweating.
Although I have some insider info on something else, and I might have to put Stone on blast a little bit in the glow round.
But
we'll talk about that later.
Glow round stuff.
No,
but that's top 3 in your open division. There was one open ladies, if you will, Abby, and I'm not even going to try.
Inganuski, I believe is how she says that.
What he said over there.
She's very nice.
She repped that first place. Strong fought battles, you know.
Yep.
Pro Master 40, top 3. Looks like David Broad,
yep.
And Andy Ritter tied up, but I don't know who ended up finishing. Oh, I guess Andy Ritter got it. And Jody Franklin finishing out the top 3. And those were 17 down for top 2 and then 15 for Jody. Harless wrapping at 14 down. Wrapping up top 4, if you will. Aiden Scott, this young man, apparently, shot 19 down, which if you heard DJ's score of 17, he played advanced, so move up. 19 down.
Glow round.
In the advanced division, taking that by a whopping 7 strokes. And 1,003, 992 rated. Although in his defense, he was 939 rated going in, so.
Yeah.
But Grant Dillard at 12 down took second, and Carlton Huff at 9 down. And third, advanced women, Shantae Cox. She took first in a lone division. And our boy, who seems to be like mysterious this year, he just pops up randomly, doesn't play a whole lot of tournaments anymore. But Sean Sin showed up. Sean Sin took first in Amateur Masters 40 plus. And Jason Williams at second at -8, and Shane Harris at +2 takes third. Amateur Masters, Chris Paoli, is that right? Chris Paoli.
Yeah, Paoli. That's
first,
right.
Robert Grinnell second, and Tommy Flake third. And that will wrap up. Well, we can get into intermediate and rec if you want.
Nah, that's all right.
James Batista got first.
Also, move up.
Yeah, Jarrett Beasley got first in rec. There you go. And John Freitas got first in novice.
Nice.
So there's your first places. Move up. Oh,
Very cool.
Ethan, let me shout out right quick. Sorry. I'm going to shout out both of them. Ethan Law, Jr., 15 and under. And Brody Alexander, also 15 and under. First and second in the junior division out there this weekend, which was really cool to see. 72-77 for their first round, 71-83 for their first rounds.
Very nice.
Second round. Not too bad.
Dude, good job on having the stats.
I hate when you make me do that, bro. I hate it.
Great.
Well, I can't do everything myself, buddy. I appreciate you taking one for the team and stepping up.
I love you too. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's nice to do things that make you uncomfortable because then you grow.
Absolutely.
You know, you got to get over like reading in public and not messing up.
For sure. I had the Apple TV turned on. Let's see here. Let's get that working again now. It's pretty nice.
Read.
No way.
I listen to audiobooks for a reason.
All right. Next up, you guys, coming up on August 1st, which is this Saturday, right? Yep, sure is.
Dang.
August 1st, we've got Ruthie Toothy's Trilogy Challenge coming up at Two Rivers on August 1st. Another exciting thing coming to Two Rivers. And she went all out, and she got the full order. So there's a basket in the raffle. And we're going to donate some stuff for CTPs. I'm going to donate some stuff for the raffle. We're going to really blow this out. She's raising some money to try and order a big stack of lightweight molds for us to have available for beginners and kids and women and stuff like that. And Ruthie, I've said it before, I'll say it again anytime I'm given a chance. I'm very impressed by her. She's a little spitfire, and as soon as she showed up and started playing disc golf, she started coming out to help and trying to figure out what she could do to give back before she'd even taken anything from disc golf. And that, to me, is leading by example, and I wish I had 20 Ruthie Toothies. So shout out to Ruth Miller, but you guys get signed up. Registration is live at Disc Golf Scene for the Trilogy Challenge. I'll put the flyer up one more time, but it's August 1st, Two Rivers, $35 entry. You get a player's pack of 3 unreleased discs that everybody will be playing with the same 3 molds. You get a towel, a mini, and man, it's a really good event to play. It's a lot of fun and casual, and it's also a great opportunity to bring out a new player. So if you know somebody you've been trying to talking to, giving disc golf a try, this is a great time to do it.
Absolutely. Are y'all setting up anything short for it?
I believe so.
I'm not sure exactly what her layout will be. I haven't talked to her about it. So
Well, you guys have the silver baskets out there in position too, so she has the option of a shorter position.
There's several options she can choose from. So
I would encourage one of you guys to reach out to her this week and kind of help her
we've been in
along with
pretty
that.
close
I've been
contact.
talking
She
with
hasn't
her.
made any requests, so
I think honestly, I mean, there's a few positions like that we played in the last bag tag at Two Rivers that were maybe a little bit too strong for an event of this nature. But I think in general, it's kind of the way it's set up. You can pick and choose. Like you could just stand there with her and go through the holes. Say this one's this far, this one's this far. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, I'll be out there at like 7 in the morning, helping her start it out and stuff. And because I'm gonna play in the round, I'm bringing out my kid and stuff to play. So
awesome. Nice. I'll be out there early too. I'm gonna set up the tents and the feather flags and all that stuff too.
I'll see you then.
So, yeah. Also coming up on August 1st, you guys, is the Sauce Toss at Briar Scratch Brewery in Cottontown, Tennessee. And it's already full. So congratulations to the folks at Briar Scratch and to Donnie Wicks, who designed the course, and I believe he's running the tournament, him and Wiley. Congratulations to you guys for always running a good event, and hope that everything goes smoothly, and I can't wait to see who wins. We'll be talking about it next week. And then right after that, let's see. Okay, so right after that, August 7th, Friday, Jordan Webster informed me that it is his intention to take the weekend kickoff and transition it into a PDGA sanctioned league for 6 weeks. So that will begin on Friday, August 7th, as with all the information that I have available currently. So stay tuned for that. Also, that same weekend. Wait, no, that wouldn't be right. He's going to be still doing the weekend kickoff. And he's going to be doing a sanctioned league separately on Saturdays because the 6th is that Friday. So the 7th is Saturday because the 8th is Sunday. And we have event 8. Or no?
No, you had it right the first time.
One of them.
Did I?
Yeah.
I think is it 8? No,
the
it's
8th
9.
is Saturday.
It's 9, isn't it? 9. 8.
Event 7, but it's on the 8th. So Event 7 in the Music City Disc Golf Bag Tag
That was my
Series.
next guess. So
E6 was at Naval Hill, so that makes sense. But yes, we have Event 6 in the Music City Disc Golf Bag Tag Series at Triple Creek on August 8th. So get signed up for that. Registration is open at discgolfscene.com. And you guys know the drill with the bag tags. It's a big party. We're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of prizes, a lot of cash, a lot of birdies and aces. I'm sure everything's going to be awesome. Looking forward to going back to Triple Creek. I love that course. And then right after that, on August 15th, we do have the Cane Ridge Open.
Yeah.
Registration for this is also live, you guys. And it is, again, with all of our events this year, it's going to be pre-registration only. So get signed up. We'll be doing tee times, 1 round. This event will have an A pool and a B pool. B pool will be playing the short course. A pool will be on the advanced course. And so it's a little something for everybody. $50 per pro divisions, $30 for AM divisions, 1 round of 18 holes. All AMs will get a player's pack. And get signed up already.
It's a sweet stamp, too, on that
Yeah.
disc.
Yeah, the crow plague doctor.
Yeah,
yeah.
it's cool.
Just
Pretty
a quick
sweet.
shout out
Shout out
those
to
guys.
Shantae Cox, yeah.
Well, shout out to the guys out at Cane Ridge because they've kind of gotten dealt a shorthand this year when it comes to having to clean that course up over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah. Two Rivers, too, man. I mean,
you guys too,
everybody's
yeah.
got tree problems this year.
storms.
It's been bad.
That massive one outside of hole 1 was just, I couldn't believe how big that thing was.
Few more things to get through real quick, just to get it on your radar. I'll have flyers and all that stuff coming up, but this is some of the stuff we're going to talk about tonight, too. But August 22nd, we've got the Freddie Gibbs Memorial for 2020 coming up. We're talking to Telly and Logan about that tonight because they are putting it on with our help and the help of many others. Raising money for some more new baskets at Seven Oaks, which we're just trying to basically get new baskets for everywhere is what we're working towards.
That's what we do here.
Yeah. So the memorial event will be on August 22nd. You guys stay tuned for later in the episode when we have Telly and Logan on for more details on that. The weekend after that is going to be the annual Seven Oaks Work Party, so August 28th and 29th. And I'm going to take this opportunity to also make a correction to something I said on a previous episode or previous episodes of the podcast. David Griffin has not yet retired from Seven Oaks Doubles. That was my mistake. I read a post wrong or something. He is currently still in place running Tuesday night dubs at Seven Oaks until September, at which point it will be handed off to John Williams. But I had a chance I had a chance to talk to Dave a couple times.
Dave.
Over the weekend. Yeah, I apologized profusely and told him, hey, man, I'm trying to keep track of a lot of info.
Yeah.
And
we make mistakes. Sorry.
I let that one slip. Not to excuse it, but...
He's a pretty forgiving guy, though. I think we'll be okay.
Yeah, and we're going to have him on the show again because right now our current schedule, we've got you guys tonight, and then on next week, Mountain Man's going to come back and be in the studio with us. And then on the 10th, we're going to have Farm Fresh.
Yeah.
Finally,
boy.
Farm Fresh. Greg Clement is going to join us here in the Sapphire Lounge. I'm so excited. And then the week after that, we're going to have Dave Griffin on again on August 17th. So stay tuned for all that. Also, you guys, that same weekend on August 29th on Saturday, there's going to be another Trilogy Challenge at Birdie Ridge. Flying Colors is putting on a Trilogy Challenge. They're going to play 19 holes, and I believe front 9 at Birdie Ridge is going to be in the short pins and long in the back.
Okay, so where is Birdie Ridge exactly? Like which town?
Woodbury.
Woodbury, okay.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's right by Short Mountain, isn't it?
Also, want to say shout out to Chris Harris, listener of the podcast, for answering the question correctly and winning himself a set of Trilogy Challenge Players Pack discs.
Yeah.
I was able to give those to him Saturday out at Cedar Hill. And, yeah, good dude. He hit me up after hearing me and Rodney's kind of back and forth on tips and stuff like that. And he hit me up and asked if I would play around with him and give him some pointers. And we ended up getting Rodney on the card, too.
Nice.
So he was over the moon about that.
I was Rodney's on him.
I felt like the kid should be giving me tips. He's pretty solid golfer, but he said that some of the things I said helped him at the Huckfest on Sunday. He said it was his best tournament finish ever. I don't know what Chris Harris finished. I think he might have been intermediate or rec, but
He was the gentleman who guessed the song that Zach was dancing to. That's
also want to say shout out to Lyndon Lance. He did at least submit an answer, but he was the only other one that submitted an answer. But it was wildly incorrect. Like it was like he was just shooting in the dark. Like I have no idea what he's talking about.
What did he guess?
Let's see. I'll pull it up right now.
If
We're going to shame you, Lyndon.
I think he did it he just did it as for fun. He just heard you ask the question. He's like, screw it, I'll just guess.
Lyndon Lance said, it was The Killers, All These Things That I Have Done.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That was
not even close.
That was not it.
For anybody who was listening, it was Pony by Genuine.
That's exactly what it was. Oh, wow. I was wondering why I hadn't gotten any emails today. Turns out I've been logged into the podcast email all day, and I, in fact, was getting a whole lot of emails today. Well, can't really deal with that right now. Yeah, so we've mentioned the Birdie Ridge Trilogy Challenge. And the last thing for the weekly breakdown, you guys, I want to say happy early birthday to Jay Wesley Horn. It's his birthday tomorrow, and he's a listener of the podcast. He sent me a video clip of him driving down the road working, listening to the podcast in the car. So
we get to watch him grow up.
Yeah, we did.
Cheekies.
When he's little cheekies.
I love that kid, though. Him, Joey, and the whole Horn
The Horns
family.
are all solid, dude. Yep, love the Horns.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Jay West. We love you, Golf Snaps. And that's it for the weekly breakdown. So, you guys, we're going to take a quick break and do our thing. And
it's hot.
It's a little hot. A little hot out here in Nashville. And then we'll be right back to talk more in depth with Zach and Donnie about the Two Rivers Project and about Black Monocle Discs.
Super excited.
Stay tuned.
Bye, guys.
Snap. What up?
Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we're back.
What's up, buddy?
You guys looked like you were waiting for...
You caught me off guard with all the enthusiasm when you popped back into it.
Oh, right.
You got really happy and during the break.
Yeah, I'm always
Donnie.
really excited to be done with the weekly breakdown because that's the procedural part of the show. You know what I mean? Where we have to do it accurately and concisely, or we lose their attention, and we all know what happens when people aren't paying attention.
Yeah,
bad things for us later, right? You guys run tournaments, you know exactly how it works.
That's true.
All right, but man, I'm super excited because tonight we've got a ton of guests, and it was just a matter of scheduling because you guys have stuff going on, other guests have stuff going on, we have guests slated for other things, but there were good reasons to have you guys on the show tonight, and so we're making the time. I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. Obviously, this is not being live streamed because you guys saw this episode. If you were tuned into the live stream, Wi-Fi completely dropped us. The Wi-Fi is laggy at best. Like, the live stream is good for being able to get a quick current update for what the weekly events are at and what we have coming up. But outside of that, man, the live streaming has been pretty much an epic fail just because of Wi-Fi. Comcast sucks.
Whoa.
Yeah, just saying it.
Glow round.
No glow round. Comcast sucks. I'm sorry. Comcast, get better. If you don't want me to say that you suck, then get better.
They're never gonna pay for any advertisement now.
No, I don't care.
I
don't
like
know
it,
that I would
Comcast.
accept their advertisement dollars. They're the most evil corporation in the world.
Whoa.
Now that can go into the glow round.
Walmart.
But no, we're here to have fun because we have in the house tonight in the Sapphire Lounge two of our really good friends, Donny Bannister from Black Monocle Discs. You are the owner, operator, originator, founder of Black Monocle Discs.
Yeah, sure.
Our friend Zach Evans, who has been a board member of Music City Disc Golf for the last couple of years, and due to family obligations and work requirements and just a lot at buying a house and all sorts
He's
of
got
craziness.
life going on, man.
He's got real life happening to him, and so he did the respectful and professional thing and gracefully resigned just a few months back, and the board of directors took a vote and appointed Danielle Dobbs to serve as operations officer for the board of directors for the remainder of 2020. So
we do miss you.
It's a
though.
win-win. It's a
We really
win-win
do.
for everybody. Yeah, we didn't lose anything. I mean, we lost something great, but I'm saying like the club board didn't necessarily didn't have to drop back 2 months because we were relying we had a great candidate that got elected into place, and Zach, you also are continuing on with all of the things that really brought you into this position in the first place, which because you started the Two Rivers renovation almost 2 years ago.
Yeah, it was July of 18.
It's a labor of love, if you will.
Is that better? Can you hear me better?
If you can't move the microphone to where it's comfortable for you, move your chair up a little bit or something. But you want to be right about here.
Right, check.
Do it.
Right.
Do it right, or I'll thong you.
Doing a lot of hand movements now that the camera's...
Yeah, he's excited about
I'm checking it constantly. I'm half speculative that it's not going to fix it. But yeah, you guys, we've been having serious delay issues with our new camera. That is usually the camera that shows me and Marcus. And it's been dropping frames and all sorts of stuff. And there was a really simple settings adjustment that I should have made that I hadn't. I was just like, no, that can't be it. Every time I looked at it, Donny fixed it for us. So Donny saved the podcast, you guys. Now the video is great, but I still am going to talk with my hands to make sure that we are not dropping frames. But yes, 2 years ago, and Zach, you and I have been buds for a long, long time. Yeah. And like
how long?
Since Zach and his babysitter?
Before that. 3 years before that, at least. I just ad-libbed a new trending slogan.
Stop trying to make at-least happen.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's better than half the stuff that's like the lingo among the hip kids these days. But no, dude, you came to me and basically said, I want to fix Two Rivers. I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna dedicate myself to just making Two Rivers better again, making it playable, making it a celebrated course again. And it's been a long, crazy road between then and now. But how did? Because obviously, Zach, you are Team Black Monocle Discs. You're sponsored by Donny's company, so you kind of came into it a little bit later than when he had the idea. So you tell me what led up to you having the thought that, hey, obviously, because we all knew something had to happen with Two Rivers or it was just going to stay dead in the water. So, I mean, it was one of the first courses I ever played when I started playing, and I quit after the 6th hole because I couldn't tell where I was supposed to throw. The signage was all vandalized. There were 3 baskets you could logically be throwing to, and then you had to skip 4 holes because there were kids hanging around all the baskets. So, I mean, obviously all of that played into you kind of grabbing a hold of it and saying, but tell me your perspective.
Yeah, Two Rivers is where I was introduced in probably 2005. I started playing with Michael Leichhardt. He was one of my dad's good friends. But I took I didn't start playing disc golf till I was 19 or 20. And I used to play Jonathan High's dubs out there a lot. And that kind of dissipated. Nobody was really showing up anymore. And it kind of sat stagnant for, 2 years? There was no weekly out there?
It was a pretty good little while, for sure.
Yeah. But, at least 2, if not 3+.
Yeah, the original plan was just to pick up a weekly on Friday afternoon whenever I got off work because it was right down the street and it didn't get much attention. So it went from that to designing a new layout and then talking with you and the board about, if it was okay to try to help Two Rivers out. And, I mean, here we are 2 years later. We've got new tee signs, new tee pads. We're almost done with that. We've got 4 to go. We've got a course sign on the way.
Yeah, working on it. The permanent sign. Plan to get up in the next few weeks.
All the tee signs are in now.
Yeah,
you guys have all the new tee signs
and all the
logo
and the map is up. It's just on a banner. It's not.
Yeah, I threw up a temporary one just to make people happy while we're waiting on the permanent one.
Who did the logo with the water slides and stuff? I thought that was pretty good.
So somebody I know, his name's Daniel Fleming. He runs Disc Gulp. I don't know if you guys have heard of that game.
Yeah.
It's a card game you play with disc golf. And I hit him
drinking
up
game, glow around.
It is. Talk about that later. It's he's an artist also, so I hit him up and asked if he'd be interested in doing the course design for the maps and stuff. and he was super interested in it and stuff. So he did it, and it turned out great. So he did a great job.
Nice, intricate work he's done with that.
Yeah, it's different, and it stands out. It's different than other signs around the area. So
yeah, for sure, and there's value to that. I mean, like, that's the biggest thing is that Two Rivers, at best, the signage was so outdated that it was wildly inaccurate. Like, you couldn't tell where the T's and pins were. Mm-hmm. At the worst, not only was it outdated, but the signage was vandalized to the point where you couldn't read what it said anyway. Yeah. And then you're trying to, like, step back and look at the T sign and then look at the hole from the T, and there's 3 baskets at 320 feet, like, spread out like dealer's choice. But, I mean, lots of problems with Two Rivers in its previous layout.
Where did that come from? Did you just want to redesign it just for those reasons, or did Metro approach us saying, hey, maybe look at something safer?
Metro's not paying attention.
Okay. No, Metro wasn't worried about it. It more so came from playing out there all the time and, just the design flaws from where it moved from its original layout. Mm-hmm. Then the storm came through. They put in the walkway, the greenway. And, I mean, that took a lot of the challenge out of the course, and what was still left was more so a Band-Aid than a true fix. And when we were able to actually sit down and talk about, this would play better up and down the hills and, sort of alongside of them instead of just flat and open with no trees every hole. We started using what trees were still there, the elevation a lot more, tuck T-pads and baskets into corners and on ridges so we could actually have a little bit of a risk-reward situation on a few holes. But most of that just came from it being boring, honestly.
All right.
Well, you live in close proximity to that course for a long time, and so you were very familiar with it. Right. And, I mean, I was not around to see the original layout that everybody always heralds as, like, the Two Rivers, you know what I mean?
Nor was I.
Yeah, that was the original Two Rivers apparently was like just an amazing layout, and due to circumstances beyond the disc golf community's control, i.e. Metro, we had to redesign it and limit the space because there was a lot of terrain that was cut back. So I know that even as a beginning disc golfer, like literally maybe I would say Two Rivers was one of the first 10 courses I ever played. And I knew there were problems just walking it because it was just impossible to follow. Yeah, and there's, there's plenty of courses that I could see a brand new player, even an advanced player, having a hard time navigating if there's not adequate signage. And that's something that we've kind of lacked in Nashville for a while, and we're working on it this year. We're trying to replace signage. You guys are taking care of Two Rivers. We've got Naval Hill, Cane Ridge, Seven Oaks, Cedar Hill, all on our radar. But but that was a big thing for me. I mean, like, I think if a beginning player can say, I don't want to play here just because I don't know how I'm supposed to play it. And you started this project. You came up with a redesign. You came up with a new layout, and you were, because we talked about it when you were formulating the idea, you were addressing all the problems that we had both witnessed on that course. And we brought David Griffin and Sean Sinclair and others to come out and take a look at your ideas and give you some tweaks and tips and stuff like that, and kind of. But everybody that I brought in to look at it signed off on it. And I think it's the best Two Rivers has ever been because I wasn't here for the original layout. But there has been some pretty vocal opposition to the redesign. I think, and, it's a handful of people. I wouldn't say it's widespread opposition. It's a handful of people that are like very, very not approving of the new layout. And I've said this multiple times on the podcast. I think those are people that either are wanting what Two Rivers used to be or wanting something out of Two Rivers that is not able to be done, or they don't really understand or grasp the issues that the previous layout had, because maybe they'd been playing there for so long that it was like they just ignored all that stuff. So
Or maybe they don't like change.
That's a big part of it too. Nobody does. Change is uncomfortable.
You also have to think about how many people that help put that course in the ground are still involved with our community.
Absolutely.
You know, I mean, we're working on getting something to where all of the original course sponsors are going to be signified on the course sign at the first tee, and we're also working on a few other projects that we're going to have them involved in as far as their sponsorship for the hole or their sponsorship for the course originally.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Well,
I've been talking enough.
You have to appreciate that, and like I know that you're an old school guy like that, and so seeing that, and I understand that some of the baskets out there even were owned by people. Is that correct?
Well, paid for.
Yeah, paid for. I'm not so much sure about that, but the good thing is all the silver baskets, as well with MCO coming up, they're all going to have to be removed. But as we can, we're going to refurbish the baskets. We're going to do what we can to get them looking good again, and those will be installed back on the course until some later projects that we have going on. I'll let Donnie tell you more about that, but they'll still be on the course and they'll still be used.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, just respect to you and you guys for paying and making sure that stuff gets done. That those old guys are still
Well, and that was something that we always talked about. You guys both came to me and went to other people and pushed it out to the masses. Like, the signage is damaged to the point where we don't know who the original sponsors were for all the holes. Sure. So we need to know that, not because, and even if, because I have said before, like, people paid for those baskets or people own those baskets. Well, it's like, if you sponsored it originally, and then you should have some say in what happens to that basket. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
And that was the whole motivation behind it. But
who was the original designer? Do we know?
It was part of the original state park, like back in, because I know Two Rivers went in, I think in late 80s, early 90s. I want to say like 91, 92. But you're talking about the guys from the Flying Disc Drive. You're talking about David Eiler and Kevin Dunn and Ken Folger and Steve Hardy and Ben Northcutt and all those guys that were a part of that, getting Two Rivers put in originally. Gotcha. And I never got a chance to see the original layout, but by all accounts, it was amazing.
Good stuff.
There are maps on Google. You can go back and you can see both of the previous layouts.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, obviously, you do anything in disc golf, and people are going to eat you alive for changing things up. But that was one of the things. Like, obviously, like I said, you and I were friends, but you stepped up and you were like, "This is what I want to do," and this was before you were on the board. And, dude, you have spent the last 2 years just grinding your tail off, and then Donnie came alongside you. Because I think, were you already had you already sponsored him by the time?
We hung out and part of the crew and stuff, and like right after he had the idea, he asked me like, "Hey, would you want to help me do this?" And I was like, and he kind of showed me what he had planned. He already kind of had a rough layout. It's not what we have now, but it was pretty close. And I was like, "Yeah, this sounds amazing. I'd love to help do something." That's when I lived pretty close to Two Rivers back then too when we first started. So yeah, it was something I wanted to do. For sure.
How did Black Monocle get started? I want to know this.
I was in the Navy for a little bit and picked up playing disc golf with some buddies in the Navy, and we started playing tournaments and stuff when I was stationed up in the Seattle area. And then
Just bring it up.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
How's that? Does that sound better?
A little more.
Right there?
Right there.
Like that? Okay.
Butter.
Butter right there. Okay.
Butter. Silky smooth.
Yeah, so we started playing tournaments like, goofy tournaments like the Trilogy Challenge and Birdie Bash, like Vibrant Birdie Bash, stuff like that. We didn't really know what the PDGA was and stuff like that, but we saw these people wearing these random shirts that say like, Dynamic Disc and Innova and stuff like that. And we're like, hey, we should, have matching T-shirts too. And so it just kind of started like that. And then more people wanted to, I guess, wear the shirts too. And then it just became a thing. So, and now it's just a thing that I do for fun. It's not like I don't make any money or anything off of it.
Gotcha.
But it's like a hobby, and it's good to have something to use to, focus my time and energy into to disc golf, so it sounds more legit also, which is nice. So I'm not just like, yeah, me and my buddy just go out there and we're trying to build a frisbee golf course or whatever. So,
well, I think what you're bringing to the table is you're being creative and you are trying to give back. You're actively like, I love disc golf. I may not make any money at this, but I want to just be creative,
sure,
be artistic, express myself, make something new.
Yeah.
And that's respectable in and of its own thing. But you are, I mean, it doesn't matter if you make a line of discs that revolutionize the game, or you're in one regional area, like building confidence in local players to the point where they can excel a little bit more, and you're active on social media and you're creating content that pushes disc golf forward, and you're supporting worthwhile causes. Well, dude, that you've already done more to grow the sport than 90% of the people that throw up the hashtag. And not only that, but like when you first came around, like, you know, I introduced myself to you. We got to know each other a little bit, and I recognized that you're definitely a genuine and positively motivated dude. And you not only like, I mean, you want the best for everybody, and that's the thing that like, and you're what you've done speaks for itself. You don't have to make a bunch of posts saying Black Monocle this, and you're not really heavily promoting it. It's but you give, like, every time that I run a fundraiser event, and I hit up I have the same list of possible sponsors. You know what I mean? Whether it's TSB, or we've got a disc golfer that's come on hard times or got a medical condition and needs help with medical bills. It's like I have the same list of people that I hit up, and it's people like J-Ray and all my affiliates at DD, and then it's the local retailers, the National Disc Golf, but you're on that list. And you often, and I don't mean this to shame anybody else, but you often give me way more than anybody else. Like, you'll give me a whole box with 10 discs, 15 discs, 20 stickers, pins, minis. Like, you like, this is why I responded to Dynamic Disc so strongly when I first got involved in the game, was because you were active. Like, it was in their business model to build disc golf and to give back to the community and help it grow. And that was like, immediately I was like, I didn't know you very well, but I knew, like, I could tell that was what you were about. You just love disc golf.
Yeah.
And you wanted to be a part of it. And that's all it is. That's all it takes, man.
Yeah.
Find a lane, find a niche, find where you can get in.
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad the Two Rivers thing happened, just because it is nice to get together. Like, me and Zach, and Kyle Copeland helps us out a tremendous amount.
Shout out to Kyle, dude.
Yeah, he's one of the big. I'd say that it's a three-headed monster attack in Two Rivers, because Kyle does a third of the work for sure, if not more.
Oh yeah.
So you know, us three getting together and throwing, you know, like a Rock vs. Buzz thing for fun, raising money, doing all this stuff for fun to raise money. And we don't get to play a whole lot, but it's fun to get to see everyone else play and enjoy it, and, you know, get a bunch of stuff. So, I mean, that's what's fun about it. So.
Maybe that's why you're not making any money yet.
Yeah, maybe
you're giving it all away.
Will all my
I was gonna say, with
that's
all those discs and stickers, no wonder you're not turning a profit.
Stop messaging me, Will.
Well, I will never stop, because you've already spoiled me.
So you're doing a little more than T-shirts, like you were saying. I'm making some T-shirts.
He's very humble and modest about it, but dude, like, I will say this:
disc over there for sale.
I even got some cold brew coffee right now.
You know, I worked with this kid
with Birdie Fuel, and we got a cold brew coffee. It's called Cobra Strike Cold Brew.
No kidding! You got your own Birdie Fuel?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah. No, I'm not kidding you. I have some. I've drank most of it.
You have it here?
I don't have any with me.
I was going to say, we're going to brew a pot
I'll bring
right
you
now.
some.
Everybody will have
Now, is this a special package, or is this a special blend of coffee that you picked out?
It's the packaging, and well, it's their I think it's called Pond River or something cold brew, but yeah, I worked with them and got it going, and they're awesome too. They sent me a bunch of extra stuff with it, a bunch of free coffee and stuff too. So
awesome,
Birdie Fuel's pretty cool. Hit them up.
So is cold brew. Cold brew is awesome as well.
Yeah.
Just in general.
Especially in Tennessee, it's like 150
Yeah.
degrees.
But what I was going to say is, like, anytime that I have a need to run a fundraiser event, whether it's like a special circumstance, somebody needs a little help, or it's something that we've planned, and you are one of the, I mean, like, literally, dude, any one of the raffle, like the raffles for those events would be shortened by at least 5 prize packs if I didn't have Black Monocle discs a part of it. So,
Yeah, no worries, man.
no, I mean, that's huge.
Thank you.
That's what it's
Yeah.
about.
I have a Black Monocle Mini.
Hey, there you go.
It's real.
As long as it's not an
It's
AVR.
nice. I don't know what it
Zach
is.
hates his. I gave him a Black Monocle stamped Aviator, and he sucks every time he uses it. So he just misses every putt
Airball.
every time.
What do you
should be
normally
throwing a
putt
Warden.
with? I was going to say
Nah.
Judge, but what do you normally putt with?
Novas, Arper, Rhinos.
Well, you okay?
I told you can
Little
stop using
non-traditional
it. Zach. You don't have
putter.
to keep using it. Just
I putt with buzzes, rocks, whatever.
All right, then.
No, I'm not Rodney.
Justices.
I've watched him putt rocks. I'm like, wow, well, that's pretty good.
I guess.
Making 50, 55 footers with rocks.
Telly's going to be out here talking about throwing rocks on some stuff.
Telly does.
later.
No, that's not fair. He flicks putters.
I flick putters. You could flick
Real-
putters.
anyone
Yeah, I
could flick a
can.
putter.
I can flick a putter. You know, not as good as Telly.
Very few
Close,
ways.
really, really close. I mean, like super close, but he gets me.
Yeah. So you guys, part of the project was you guys started utilizing paver stones for your tee pads.
Right.
So that was kind of in response to the nature of Two Rivers, because how many trucks have we gotten stuck out there at this point?
About as many as people have parked on tee pads.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Probably 3 or 4 at least.
I
Yeah,
know
that was a hard discussion. Like we talked about the pavers versus concrete pads for several weeks before we
I think we even considered rubber mats and turf.
we
Like,
Well, that's a debate.
Well, I remember
itself.
talking to you guys about some crazy stuff. Like I know Grand Central Station in Central South Carolina, they had this crazy deal where it's like rubber restaurant kitchen pads with chicken wire like pressed down on top of them and
Oh,
pinned
man.
down with 2x4s with like pea gravel underneath it, and then like 1/4 inch and below spread above it, and
like
Sounds
drainage
crazy.
and everything.
sounds-
yeah, just to keep it like the same consistency in wet conditions. But we'd seen Lance and them, I think, had been doing the paver tee pads out at White House, and as skeptical as many of us, myself included, at the very beginning, were about paver tee pads being viable.
Sure. As long as you do
turned
it.
out it works pretty good if you lay them down right.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah,
as
I
long
mean,
as you
they're
lay them
cost
level
effective.
yeah.
and they're not gonna move.
The first couple, we're having to go back and fix because it was our first
Settling
couple,
and stuff.
settling.
You got to figure
But-
out the base,
But
and you got
after
to
the
figure
first
out the.
couple, everyone we've done since then has. I don't think we're gonna need to go back and do anything with them. So
no,
they're-
not till it's time to go back over because of erosion or other
they're,
wear.
They're
Yeah.
running good. So
Dude, they played great.
yeah,
They played better than some of the tee pads at Seven Oaks and Cedar Hill. I mean, they're level, they're even. You don't have step ups and step downs. I would say there's some places where they could be bigger, but you have the option to expand them.
yeah, we can always make them bigger.
Yeah, and because now you're looking at, I know, for like the top tier tournaments, the A tiers, majors, NTs, and stuff like that, they're looking at a standard of 6x13, and so like we'll be going no less than 6x12 for MCO.
Yeah, hole 1 at Two Rivers is 6x12.
And
Hole
three.
3 is is it
No,
the
it's the
same
same,
size?
yeah.
No, it's one shorter, but still it's close enough.
Yeah.
Then everything else is 21 pavers, which is 5.5 by what is it, 9?
10, I think it's 9.5. Yeah. Something
Okay.
Like that.
So I mean,
They're
and
pretty
that's-
good size.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, they're. I mean, totally adequate. I mean, unless you're James Conrad, but for James Conrad, you can stand still and throw most of those holes.
I mean, the good thing is if one breaks, all you have to do is take a pry bar out there and a rubber mallet, pull it up, and replace it, and then it's back to normal.
That was
So-
another reason we decided to go with pavers because we can repair them easier.
Yeah, with the tee pads being on hills and having the chance of erosion, you're going to deal with concrete settling and.
Sure. And speaking of tee pads and stuff, you said you had 4 left. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only have 4 to go.
4 left, and then we're gonna go back and polish up the first few we did, and she should be good to go for a little bit after that. We got a few other plans we want to take care of around the course, and we're gonna add in probably a couple, like an inner 3 or something eventually, on the backside around hole 13. So other than that, we're just gonna polish up the course and try to make it a little bit better aesthetically. So
y'all need to have a
add in
huge,
some bushes or flowers, make it nice.
huge party for that work, for 2 years worth of work, just when you're finished.
Man, this
a big
Corona
breath of
thing
relief.
really killed we had it moving, and then like we weren't able to do anything for like 5 months, and now it's like crunch time now. So
the good thing is we're at the tail end.
Yeah, we're about done.
I mean,
any work days planned or anything coming up?
Yeah.
So what is it? August 15th.
August 15th.
15th. So on the fly just now, me and Zach decided we're gonna actually work probably August 15th and August 16th. But as of right now, we definitely could use a crew to come out. It's same day as the Cane Ridge Open, so obviously if you're gonna go play that, don't try to do both. But if you're not playing,
from my position, it's much easier for me to funnel people your direction on Sunday.
Okay.
Than that Saturday.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna promote both of them equally. So you know.
So we just want to go ahead and knock it out that weekend, I think. So that way we can come back and just polish up the course. Just me and Zach. We won't need a crew of people. So
what do you need the most of to finish that out?
Hands and saws.
Hands and saws. You heard it.
Saturday we're going to do a lot with trying to get the tee pads prepped. Get the base underneath them, get the ground leveled all around it, the retaining walls in, and then hopefully if we can get enough people Sunday, we'll just be able to lay the pavers and, do some other stuff, pick up trash, pick up leftovers and remnants from the upgrades.
Gotcha.
And, try to get the course to a point where we can manage it without having to pull a trailer or a piece of equipment, whatever, with us.
So when
go
ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say there's a Facebook event page for the work day. I'm going to change it to Sunday to try to get folks to come out on Sunday to help us.
And it's just Two Rivers
just
work day, or
I'll throw it out there. I'll share it on like the Nashville Disc Golf page and stuff like that.
be on the lookout for it.
Do what?
It sounds grainy.
But
So when you jumped onto this project,
You sound it?
I do.
It's probably just your headphones.
Okay.
You sound good to me.
Okay.
when you jumped on the project, did you envision yourself doing retaining walls by the end of it?
Oh yeah, I knew.
You knew
that
going
was
in.
one of the first projects. Unfortunately, it's the one that's still unfinished. Is Hole 5's tee pad. That needs a lot of attention.
Okay.
But I mean, it was the first time either one of us had ever done brick and mortar or anything.
Never
Trial
done
and
that
error.
before.
Hey, it's still standing. So,
And
and that's
you
actually
got
one of the
better?
most level tee pads we have
Awesome.
or had up to this point. So,
The biggest
coming
thing
together.
here is that you, even though you didn't know, you tried and you learned from it. That how many people don't even try?
Well, I mean, for any course,
sure.
we're always going to be in a process. I mean, we're always, and this is like a good example of the club's role, is because you have a group of people that are dedicated to one course. They keep it up. If they have projects, they figure it out. If they need resources, if they need materials, they need manpower. If we're playing their course, and we've been playing Two Rivers bag tags always, but how many years has it been, Jay, since we had Two Rivers in the MCO?
2010, maybe a little. No, 2014. Actually, now I think about this.
Yeah,
I think when they did the split,
I
where
think
Fontenelle was involved.
I think Two Rivers might have been in rotation as late as 2015
Really?
for certain divisions.
The year we did Shelby, where I TD'd the Shelby course, I think we had Two Rivers in play.
Yeah. I think it was 2015.
Yeah.
Might have been the last year that we had Two Rivers in the rotation. So this year, 2020, part of, we've had to make some disappointing decisions because of COVID. We had to scale back a lot of stuff. The NT obviously got pushed. But we also, when we have to make decisions like this and we look at stuff, we don't look at it as from only our perspective. It's like, man, we're here for you guys, and everybody's navigating a really speculative economic landscape right now. And so we decided that we were going to lower entry fees. And it's,
You're getting golf in a time we didn't think we'd get
it's unfortunate that we can't have the fly party.
Oh,
We can't have, at this point, the way things are going in Nashville, in order to keep everybody safe, I have to say there's no ancillary activities that cause like a party or a gathering.
Official.
We're still going to have random draw dubs at Cedar Hill. We're still going to have Flex Start C-Tier at Cedar Hill. I've got a couple other really cool things in the works, like a juniors event at White House to celebrate the kids course.
Yeah.
Almost like maybe a pro-am type event where an adult and a kid get paired up, and an adult plays to the regular pin, kid plays to the something like that. Me and Lance are working on some stuff.
I did something like that last October. Is that when we did the one down? I did the thing at Ashland City, and it was a good time. We had a huge turnout. There's a lot more kids than you think that want to get out there and play with their parents or uncles, aunts, whatever.
Well, yeah, and I think the kids are probably going to be way more stoked about playing with grown-ups if they have their own pin.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, and White House now is set up perfectly for that.
I love White House. It's
Yeah.
great.
And Lance is doing great stuff.
Yeah, they're killing it.
But we've, part of that too is like for, Music City Open, we want to still be able to offer something cool where it's like Baby Kane is going to be in the mix for the first time ever. You know what I mean? For one round for E-Pool, but it's going to be in the rotation. Two Rivers is coming back. And I think a lot of the people that have been critical of the Two Rivers renovation are going to be eating crow, honestly, because the course, like right now, having played it a couple weeks ago, it's the best I've ever seen it. You guys have done a tremendous job. It's on par, no pun, with Nashville disc golf. I think Two Rivers is now a course that deserves to be counted among all of them. For a long time, it was like there was nobody that was willing to take the responsibility for it, and there was a lot of things wrong with it, and it was just kind of sitting there. And over the last 2 years, it's become and I'll say this, definitely a great course for all the beginners that we have come flooding into the sport, especially through COVID-19. Tons of new people are playing disc golf.
Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
And Two Rivers is a great place to send them. You know what I mean? Because they don't have 7 billion trees between them and the basket. And they can actually learn how a disc flies by seeing the full flight of it.
Yeah, me and Zach have seen a ton of new players doing the bag tag series out there the past few months. Like people I've never seen before, a bunch of new folks.
Or even when we're just out working. I mean, we'll stop people as they're going through or playing if we're on a tee pad or, working around a basket and talk to them about it. And it's like, oh, the change from, 2 years ago to now when I first started playing, or this is the first course I played. And by what I read on UDisc or Disc Golf Course Review, this is 100% different than what was listed a year ago.
Yeah.
And I think when we started this project, we were around 58th or 59th in the state. And right now we're in is it low 30s or high 20s?
Yeah, it's jumped up quite a bit.
Yeah.
So people are responding to it. So.
Well, that's one of those things now is where it's like, because in the club itself, like we had to order additional amateur bag tags in June. Mm-hmm. We've never had to order new bag tags that early in the year for anybody. And that just shows there's a ton of new people playing the sport, and they're getting plugged in. They're becoming a part of the community. They're playing all the courses, and they're spreading the word. And they're like telling their friends from out of state and in other towns, like, dude, yeah, check out Two Rivers. Like it's a sleeper.
What's cool is because it's like a whole new vibe in the disc golf world right now, because all those guys all at once, or they have the fever like everybody gets in the beginning. So it's just like a buzz constantly, like a spark every event with the smiling faces of people like that. And that maybe what disc golf needs to continue to rock at its growth recently, like especially over the past 5 years.
Yeah. But I mean, you send like a new person comes into the sport and they say, what's the best course? And you say Seven Oaks or Cedar Hill. And then they go play Seven Oaks or Cedar Hill and they just play pinball down the fairway. Or they both of those courses, because of our community and because of the atmosphere, like it's like not discouraging totally, but to have courses like Two Rivers where like even a more advanced disc golfer appreciates the lines and the challenge, and there's still some score separation there, but it's not completely discouraging because you don't have all those trees. You know what I mean? Like I think it's a great place for people to learn, because they're going to get a really close familiarity right off the bat with the fact that if their shot goes wrong, it's because they threw it wrong. You know, it's not because it bounced off the wrong tree. So,
well, the other side of that
Rivers will
too.
do that for sure.
Yeah,
It's made me feel really bad about how bad I am sometimes.
but that's why it's a great place to learn. You know,
But the other side of it is at Seven Oaks, any given day, at the wrong time of day, you're going to wait almost every hole.
oh yeah,
You go on a weekend, a Saturday, Sunday,
the weather's nice.
yeah, you're going to be.
If you can find a place to park,
Yeah.
you'll
You're going to be
stand
there a
for
while.
20 minutes before you can get on the tee pad at 1.
Yeah.
For sure.
So just that being redone opens up all new avenues for people like that. And what another course just to throw out there that and Two Rivers has got so many more people playing there. I had no idea how many people played at the Shelby course.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just like I had no idea how many people played at Two Rivers, and you guys are apparently doing really well.
Well, and you think about places like Two Rivers and Shelby, like people off the street are going to end up there before they'll end up at somewhere like Seven Oaks or Cedar Hill. And if you can make sure that it's catering to those people, but that's the thing is like for me with like especially with course design issues, I'm thinking like let's make it playable for everybody. Let's make it to where a beginner enjoys it, an advanced player enjoys it. Let's make sure we offer the whole range. You know what I mean? And Two Rivers is great at that now. And that's like you it's one of those. I mean, it's hard to plan tournaments like for our role. Like it's hard to run big tournaments and say let's put these people at this. I'm so looking forward to MCO this year because I feel like it's going to be the proper unveiling of the new Two Rivers, and I feel like the people that play it, and I put MP40 there for a reason, and I've heard from at least one MP40 player that was not happy about it, as opposed to being able to play somewhere else. But not only does the rotation make the most sense that way, but I think that's the group of people that will appreciate it the most. You know what I mean? Like it's somewhere that you can learn to throw a disc. It's also somewhere that you can really show that you know how to throw a disc, because there's a pro route and an am route on all those holes. Like there's landing zones that are very common for each side of the field.
They're just saying that because there's not enough shade for them.
Exactly.
Well, Zach did a great job, initially laying it out to where most every tee pad is under a tree, pretty much.
Yeah.
So
that was the main focal point.
That was a huge thing.
He has an old soul.
I enjoy playing
He
there.
likes playing shade golf.
That way you don't die in the sun.
Well, there's
out there.
you talking about that, Will, and I didn't think about this, but Shelby and Two Rivers are two of the most visible courses that you see from a roadway.
Yeah,
That's
like
very
you don't see
true.
Yeah,
Seven
Brawley
Oaks,
Parkway is right there.
Absolutely, and Shelby right there coming into the park.
Yep.
Not just
So that's
that,
a whole
foot
other
traffic.
value, and with
Foot traffic.
with you doing the redesign, you're grabbing more attention from the road, or more attention from the people who are on the top of the slides at the wave pool.
Yeah, as
going,
soon
what are
as-
they doing down there?
Yeah.
And
As soon as we got those red baskets out there too, there was a huge influx because people could
Like,
see
whoa,
those a lot
whoa.
better.
Oh, it's wild. Just
Yeah.
the number of true recreational players that are out there now.
Yeah.
so the color does matter.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you can see.
Sure. Well, like we were talking about that at the Huck Fest, and like how those green baskets, like I never noticed it because a lot of those were set where there wasn't a backdrop of green. It was like, elevated or it was slanted, so it'd be like dirt.
Well, and we
behind
were
it.
there for the formative stages of the process too,
Sure.
so we had an idea
But
of where
looking
they
at the
were
kids'
supposed to be
course,
at.
I was like, oh wow, that's like you can barely see that thing, and so I think the color is a huge important part. And if you've got visibility like that, that's a really nice thing to have.
Well, Two Rivers is, I mean, I'll tell you this, and this I've kept this close to my hip because I haven't heard anything in response, but I went to a meeting at Opry Mills at the resort with their special events coordinator about possibly
Who's Barry Badgernath?
about possibly incorporating disc golf as one of the activities available for their guests. And that was one of the things that came up was, you got a full 18-hole disc golf course right here. So they were talking about maybe putting in like a putter course in one of the common areas where they could have information. And they were even talking about possibly hiring somebody as a liaison full-time to be there to man the disc golf stand and give out loaner discs and give them a handout.
We should get like one of those tourist flyers so we could slide it in a little thing.
That'd be awesome.
As they leave and pick it up and go. Like just a whole map of different.
I don't like to advertise a lot of that stuff before I've heard anything concrete, but I did have that meeting. I mean, and like I said, man, Two Rivers is legit. It has become once again like a legitimate part of our disc golf community. Like, you guys have knocked it out of the park. And
so I used to play some glow round back there before all of that went down. How do people are still cool with that nowadays? Do they mind you going out there and doing that?
I mean, I didn't have any issues at all last winter.
No, yeah, they've been doing. You did glow rounds all winter last time, didn't you?
Yeah, we played every Friday afternoon. We played rain or shine through the whole winter. So
one of the best courses for glow for sure.
It's a good one.
Yeah, it's nice to not have to.
We played one
walk
time
into trees,
and we had a cop pull down. I guess saw us pull down like the walkway, park the old hole that played right up to the walkway opposite of hole 2, like kind of right there before you shot back towards the bathrooms, whatever hole that was. He pulled up right in there in the trees and then just sat there and watched us play like 3 or 4 holes, and all of us were like, we're gonna get in trouble for being here. Like, this is
he's probably just curious.
He was just chilling, but it was just odd to see him drive down the walkway and just to watch us play in the dark. But so I was curious if they were still okay with that out there.
Yeah, we haven't had any problems.
No issues.
Well,
I've been out there every other Friday for the past several weeks, and I mean, it's dark by the time we leave. It's like 8:30 or 9, and nobody's ever. We've had some of them, Metro Parks pull up and say, "Hey, trouble." They don't care.
No, they just come in and check on us. So
I've talked to a lot of the Metro cops, and they're pretty stoked about us being out there because with our foot traffic, all the nefarious activity that normally is going on gets pushed elsewhere. Usually to a place where they can more easily keep an eye on it. In case
with Cane Ridge, that back part of that park for sure.
Yep.
Another good thing about the redesign, we brought the parking lot to the backside by Briley, so now disc golfers have their own designated area. They're not walking between they're not walking between playgrounds and bathrooms and across parking lots and picnic tables
and fighting for parking spaces with people there for birthday parties and family.
There's a pavilion back there, but it's rarely used just because it's all by itself and it's right beside the highway and it's loud, so nobody wants to have a picnic back there. So it's pretty much never used, which is nice. So we have all the parking we need, and usually no one's there, so we can just use the pavilion if we need it to, which is awesome. So
that was one of the big benefits of the redesign that I told everybody right off the bat. I was like, dude, you look at Seven Oaks. If you Google Maps Seven Oaks Park, it's going to take you to the baseball fields, or it's going to take you to the other side of the park. But there's a specific area for the disc golf course, its own parking area, its own starting point, to where if somebody's down there and they're not familiar, people pay attention. You know what I mean? And that is better for the protection of all of us, because we all know how often cars get broken into at our public parks at disc golf courses. So it doesn't happen as much when it's a designated parking area. Like Seven Oaks, the last time it happened at Seven Oaks was up top by the pavilion. And we did several different things to end that, but like it doesn't happen down at the lower parking area by hole 1 and hole 11. It just doesn't happen.
And you can see that parking lot from most of the course too, which is nice. So
yeah,
it's pretty visible.
It's the only lit part of the course too. I mean, that parking area back there has lights from Briley, so I mean, you can pretty much see anything.
Yep.
Plus, if you roll back there with a bunch of disc golfers back there, they're gonna know you're not supposed to be back there. Most of them.
Yeah.
I guess I was gonna say, what would be your two biggest changes that you guys like the most at Two Rivers? Like your personal favorite things y'all done out there.
You guys have baby projects like
your little
something that was near and dear to your heart,
like a certain hole or a certain line that you got made, or
hole 3. I was really gunning for that tee pad in that back corner. I mean, I know there's been some complaints about how we throwed across the valley on hole 2 into the corner, and then your teeing area is kind of pinched behind the baskets and then the wood line to your right. But at the same time, the trees around the basket and then all the foliage up either side of the OB.
I see no safety issue there.
No, I mean, you'd have to throw something outrageously hard to get past those
And we
trees.
talked about that with Sean and with David. No, I mean,
But yeah, hole 3, the elevation on that hole and the left to right slope, and there's so many places that you could put a basket and make that hole difficult, or make it simple but still have a challenge to it.
Yeah. Hole 3 is one of the best ones for sure. I like hole 16 probably the most. 14 and 16 and 3 are my 3 favorites. So, just because there's a lot more trees in 14s and 16s hole that you have to get past. So, it's a beautiful shot from up on top of the hill coming down. So,
pretty much every card I'm on, somebody says it's their favorite hole. 16 this, 16 this. They love it, and it's the one unique hole on the course where you get to throw a ceiling shot with a turnover down a hill for a right-hand backhand player. It gives you that one glimpse of the force line that you wanted to play that round.
Yeah, it's great.
What are you guys thinking are you doing the Rock versus Buzz this year?
Yeah, so we haven't pinned down anything concrete just because of everything going on, and we're trying not to overwhelm ourselves, trying to finish all this stuff up for MCO. But we do want to have another Rock vs. Buzz. We did one in December 2018. It was a huge hit, and everyone loved it. It was a great time. We had a lot of people come out, and I just think it'd be fun to do it again, just to kind of make it a tradition every year, do one out there.
Yeah.
And we also are planning a safari round where we're going to just really open up the course and play 9 really long holes. And do maybe 2 rounds of that, do like a Safari Dubs or something like that in the future too. So we got those 2 things kind of, stirring right now. So
that'd be dope.
Yeah. You can come up
try to
with
bring some of the,
the
the extracurricular rounds and,
yeah,
something less structured, something more fun for you to just come out with your buddies and play instead of, fighting for first place the whole time.
There's so many tournaments in Nashville right now, which is amazing. The disc golf scene here is freaking huge, and every weekend there's a tournament, it feels like, and within at least 2 hours of Nashville. So having some non-PDGA stuff like the Safari Round or Rock vs. Buzz or something, it's something different and fun to do. So
yeah, that's always been a part of our strategy, is like to get people up and running and equipped to run more tournaments. You know what I mean? Especially newer stuff, more casual, different formats, more fun, variety kind of things. And the Rock versus Buzz was that. But I'm going to give you some crap because it can't be a Rock versus Buzz, dude. You got to have a truth in there. Because the truth is better than either of those. So, I mean, like, you're having a Rock versus Buzz because you don't want Michael Jordan in the room embarrassing everybody.
Maybe we'll just call it a Rock vs. Buzz, but you can
maybe a mid-range challenge. Maybe like the Battle of the Mids or dueling mids or dueling mid-range. I don't know. But I'm not going to play it as long as I can't throw a truth. So I'm just saying that.
Well, I don't think you're allowed to throw anything but a
trilogy. You get the disc that you got in the player's pack, and that's what you play with. But
it was rough. Okay. It was rough last year when we did that because it was very windy and we had.
Oh well, don't play. Sorry,
so did you give them random?
We had
or did you get to pick?
You signed up for one team or the other.
Oh, okay.
We had the whole 1 tee pad used to be right near the fence beside Briley back then before we moved it to where it is now. And we had multiple players throw over that fence.
Myself included.
Because the rock was so understable, just shot to the right. We had one player actually throw over Briley all the way to the other side of Briley.
That's a good shot.
Got to retrieve his disc after the round. It was still right on the other side of Briley, so...
Cleared both.
It was Brant. It was his first tournament, first time he's ever really done anything. I don't think he's played since.
He'll remember that forever.
So what's up with more holes?
Who? What? Where?
Yeah,
I think there's some new design work in the works. Like there might be an inner 3, maybe more.
So we're in the wintertime when the foliage dies down a little bit. We're gonna probably be cutting in an inner 3 back there by hole 13, like we were talking about earlier, and in the wooded side over there, just to give it a different look. And we have a plan for the silver baskets in the future. So I'm gonna leave it at that right now. So
yeah. Awesome
mystery.
Yeah. So stay tuned for future updates. But as of right now, man, I want to say thank you. First of all. I mean, congratulations.
Big thanks.
Because congratulations is probably not the right term, because only the people that know how hard the work has been and how big of an undertaking this project has been for you guys, can really appreciate like my congratulations on that, because dude, if your goal in life is to leave things better than you found them, you guys succeeded, because Two Rivers is 5 times better, 10 times better.
Infinity times better.
Yeah, than it was when you guys got a hold of it.
You'll have to get out there, Jay, and try it out.
Jay's bad at math. Let's not put too much responsibility
I will
on
definitely,
it.
3 weeks
definitely get out there or try to get out there. It's hard with a kid sometimes.
I mean, full disclosure, I had not played it. I had not played the new layout until I came out for the bag tag the other night.
I'm glad you had a good time.
No, we played. Is it different than what we played it at the bag tag or some event last year? Because I played part of it.
Year.
I didn't play the bag tag last year.
I got you. There's some event out there that I've played parts of the course, or I've been out there and played parts of it.
Well, they didn't have the new baskets,
No.
and they didn't have most of the new tee
What was
pads.
the last event out there?
It's beautiful now. It's got new signage, new baskets.
Because I specifically remember the tee
You
pad.
gotta check
3.
it out.
There was some event I played. I don't know what it was, but it was.
I mean, there was sanctioned leagues. There was weeklies all winter long. So
I don't know.
They always working on something.
Then,
to quote our sponsor.
Either way, yeah, I'll get out there and play that place.
No, dude, Zach, I freaking love you, dude. I've loved you forever. Donnie, I haven't loved you as long, but I'm gonna give you a pound. I'm gonna lean in for it. I owe you that much. He fixed the camera. He fixed the camera, and I messed it up again. But no. Thank you guys for coming out here, making the trip, sitting in with us. Zach, I've been trying to talk you into it for the last year or so.
probably longer.
It's good to have you in the studio.
I'm glad he came out and I wasn't by myself.
He was just waiting until we had a proper studio. He was waiting until we had the cameras and the lights and the.
What a diva!
Yeah, he's like, I ain't gonna play Alan Posey and Josh Major and get my first podcast appearance when they can only hear my voice in an echoey, tinny room.
Real quick before we let him go, how did your dad's event go? Did everything go well with that?
It went great. Thanks to everybody that come out. I hope everybody was happy. Pretty much everyone left with something. Josh Halke left with the majority of it, as usual. But thanks to Hoya again for coming out and helping run everything and set everything up, and Music City Disc Golf for all the tremendous help they gave me, Black Monocle and Ruth Miller as well. It was a great event, and it's really nice to see how many people you have in your corner when it really counts. It really is.
I've always said, man, the biggest thing, the most special thing about disc golf is the community. It's the socially, especially here. You know what I mean? Like we take care of each other. We're a family in Nashville, for sure.
Oh, I don't want to leave out John Williams and the Saturday Weekly as well. They collected $1 per player for us as well, and
yes, they sure did.
That was a tremendous help as well. Thank you guys.
That's awesome.
Well, I'm glad to hear that went well.
Yeah,
and got some stuff raised for him.
So you guys, again, this Friday, championship for the Two Rivers Bag Tag Series. Stay tuned for details on the Rock vs. Buzz for 2020 and a Safari tournament coming up.
Safari Dubs.
Yep. So. Anything else that you guys would like to get on the airwaves?
Yes, I'm actually working with Kyle Copeland right now, and we're trying to set a structure for a rotating schedule to get the Saturday Weekly back open, the Saturday morning.
Yeah.
So once we can get that going again, and I have somebody to help me, I mean, with the baby coming in just 3 short months, I can't commit every weekend, especially with working the hours I do. So if anybody's interested, get with me. I'll teach you how to run a weekly. I'll show you anything I can to help you get involved behind the table or out in the field, whatever you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your chance to give back.
This is where we separate the mice from the men. If you're willing to run a tournament, if you're interested in being the boss, holler at Zach Evans. He's got a way to get you trained up and equipped. Donnie, what about you? What does Black Monocle have on the horizon outside of Two Rivers?
Oh,
anything?
Right now, that's the only focus. Trying to get that.
Can't do nothing else. I get it.
You know, all my extra time's going to that I can. I know Zach's doing the same thing. So,
what are your social media platforms? How can people find Black Monocle?
It's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter.
You on the TikTok yet?
I'm never gonna do TikTok.
Props. Yeah.
I got a video on there. It's a good one.
Oh my god.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's a good one, dude. Style points.
I'm not gonna look at it.
I got a bank shot off a roof of a barn that I discovered near my house.
What? Oh, that place you were building that little
Yeah, it's on
little
our YouTube
private
channel.
course, if you will.
If somebody's watching this, then it's on the same channel they're watching this on. So
I want to put out a quick plug too for the workday at Two Rivers. So Sunday, August 16th, I believe. Anybody that comes, I'm just gonna do a free T-shirt and a disc. So if you guys come out,
buy these
free
people
T-shirt
some
and disc.
pizza, let them eat, and make some money. Because
No, I'm just gonna do that. So
that's perfect.
We just need a few people. It'd be awesome to finish it up.
That
weekend.
You're giving away free stuff, shirt
Free
and
stuff.
a disc, and have like 100 people show up.
I hope not. Maximum 20.
You'd be done that day, though. You'd be done
Maximum 20 people
for a year or so.
Yeah, just like, we're good. We're ahead of schedule
Might
now.
put in a whole another 18 if that many people show up. I don't know.
Well, considering all things,
Careful what you wish
we're
for.
way ahead of schedule. Yeah, I think 2020 just
Yeah, there is no schedule.
they
Really.
threw everybody for a loop. We're all just trying to get along right now.
Yeah.
We're trying to make it out of here without ruining any of our friendships.
If I get yelled at one more time.
But no, I love y'all, and thank you so much for making the trip out here and being in the studio for the show. Yeah. This was a lot of fun for us. And after MCO, maybe we'll get together again and do a recap.
Or maybe we'll play around or something.
Yeah,
cool.
we should definitely, F the podcast. Let's go play around.
I was going to say, let's do what we all are here to, or the sport we all love that we never play.
Yeah, right.
Oh, so sad.
But hey, we're that probably like 15.
You told me too. I remember
16% of
You and Al
disc
both
golf
did.
that actually. But no, man, this is the thing: is we're highlighting you guys because you're leading by example. You're out there doing work, and that's what everybody should be doing.
Actions,
Appreciate
not
it.
words.
Thanks for having us out here.
Yeah, thank you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for doing everything y'all do.
You're welcome in the Sapphire Lounge anytime, even if you just want to sit in the timeout chair, aka the green room.
Trey's
over there
chair.
and wait for
Trey's
your chance,
chair.
and we can make a chance for you to jump in, make an announcement during one of the breaks, and then you can scoot right out.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, love you guys. Thank you once again. Black Monocle Disc, I was about to say Zach Bannister, Donny Evans,
Hey.
Zach Evans, and
works.
Donny Bannister from Black Monocle Disc and the Two Rivers Renovation Project. Kaboom!
Go team.
See you guys. All right. What up? Thank you to Zach Evans and Donny Bannister for joining us for the first segment of the show. And we are back now with Telly.
Hey, baby.
I got a question.
That's all he needs.
Welcome
Just
to
Telly.
welcome to the late night hour. Tonight, we're going back in time, baby. We're listening to all the groove, teen, love-making songs from 1970.
Yeah.
Grab your loved one, cuddle up, and hang on.
To a disc.
There
Good
you
choice.
have it.
I'm thinking a boss. You should probably get a boss if you're going to hang on to a disc.
Well, I thought
Satellite radio, you need to pick this man up. Right here.
we're talking disc golf.
Get him
I
a
thought y'all
booth.
were here for the love hour.
We might need to just hop right into the glow round. There should probably
I got a
be
question
no
for Will.
second segment.
Since
He's
it's,
off limits. He broke the rules.
Will, did we or did we not do a tip of the week?
We have not yet.
I knew it!
And
What?
I saved it because you weren't here and
Yeah,
because
that's
Telly
your-
wasn't
yeah.
here.
Oh, yay! Okay, so we're giving you the opportunity because I'm jumping in for the glow round. I missed everything about part one.
Here's a bummer, dude. I have to share this information with the group. Logan was going to join us through a Zoom meeting. Well, about an hour and a half ago, I abandoned our Wi-Fi because it was being problematic, and now I can't connect to Zoom. So we're not going to be able to have Logan. I already texted him.
I'll call him.
No way.
You need to put him on speaker and hold him up to
yeah.
your mic.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna hold him
we've
on
done it.
speaker.
Yep.
Well,
We
my
did that with
phone's
Lamont Wolf for a whole
Sounded
episode.
good.
No way.
Well, my
How are you
phone's
not connected
dead.
to Wi-Fi? I'm connected to Wi-Fi. Garbage. I hate this. Oh, next week. Wired in.
Will,
Okay.
can you, if I put it on my hotspot, can you connect to that and be able to do Zoom?
It'll be. We need a
No, we
good,
need a
strong
good-
Wi-Fi
strong
signal for
connection.
Zoom.
I have the strongest Wi-Fi.
Oh, you
they
got
made
Verizon?
Wi-Fi for my phone.
For
You
your
got Verizon?
phone?
You got 5G?
Huh?
You got
7G.
just for Jay's iPhone.
If you don't have 5G, you can't do it.
Dude, I got 7G. I'm just telling you right now.
If you're wondering, yes, we do wear our sunglasses at
military
night,
grade.
and we are going to continue to wear them tonight. So that's just the way
So
it's
hate
going.
on us, whatever.
Hello, Glow Round.
Are we not going to get yanked for this, are we?
More Tennessee love. Yeah,
I know,
you can
right?
only play 7 seconds of
That's
that.
it.
Oh, baby.
Or you'll get
Goodbye.
us pulled.
Let's
So in love with disco.
I keep breaking the rules.
The way
Tennessee
it
love, baby.
breaks my
You know,
heart.
he grew up in Shelby Forest over there where Memphis
Shelby
plays.
Park.
Who did?
Shelby Forest.
Al Green.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, he grew up in Shelby
Oh,
Forest
Al
over there where they play the league Naquin, Shelby Forest State Park.
No kidding. I know
Meme and
Justin-
Shelby.
I know Justin at Timberlake. Is
Yeah,
also from that area.
yeah, but Al Green before him.
He was like in Seagram.
Tennessee pride, baby.
Beautiful.
Can't hear you.
So
What'd you say?
what's
Yeah?
this
He was a
about?
beautiful
this?
singer.
What is this tip of the week you speak?
So anyway, we're
Yay.
jumping way ahead because
It's whatever you want it to be.
you guys, it's episode 91,
Okay.
That's a lot.
and now we're off the rails already because Telly's here. And we're just going to talk about whatever Telly wants to talk about. We do have one thing, the Freddie Gibbs Memorial for 2020, which we will get into.
That's
but right
the
now,
Mando.
we're setting the stage, and dude, you've been on the show probably more than anybody else, and now it's your first appearance in the Sapphire Lounge with cameras and lights and action. And welcome, and I'm so stoked that you're here.
I'm really nervous. What do I do with my hands?
Just what you're doing is fine.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Just get the mic closer to your mouth.
Hello.
You can move it.
Remember, you have to speak into the foam spot right above where the logo is.
All right. I got Jay here to help
so
me.
silky smooth.
Oh,
Silky smooth.
man.
Oh, I can hear him now. There you go.
Oh,
Hey,
whoa.
baby.
Good thing we're in the after hours.
Yep. It's
All right,
gonna
yeah.
get weird.
This technically is going to count as the glow round because
It's
the
gonna
whole
need
show
to.
pretty much is going to only be on YouTube and the audio. So,
Welcome to your preview.
yeah,
Oh, this is going
the
on
glow
YouTube?
round.
yeah,
Oh, bro, yeah.
yeah, dude. That's why we got the sunglasses.
His voice is like if Rolo Candy could talk. I think that's what his voice would be. It would be that smooth, rich.
My name's Rolo.
See,
Who's Rolo Candy?
the little round chocolates with caramel.
Oh my!
They come in the gold, like bronze foil pack. With
All right, so I don't know if you know, it's on Rolos, there's a disclaimer. You can only eat those after you turn like 35.
What?
Is that why my teeth are falling out?
I'm
It's
still
the
a year
candy for
later.
what?
That's Werther's original.
Oh, okay, yeah, it was one of the two, but yeah, I feel like Rolos are just definitely like the
Dude,
old school
I'll sneak
style
a
candy.
Werther's
How long they been
when nobody's
around?
looking.
It's probably like the second candy ever invented was Rolos. How simple was that? Caramel
It's still one of the best candies.
Yeah.
I love caramel.
and
I love it.
chocolate.
What?
Oh, it's so
Caramel.
hard.
Is it caramel or caramel?
It's
I
caramel.
said
I
caramel.
say caramel.
If you say caramel,
It's
you're a
caramel.
douchebag.
Caramel.
Caramel.
It's like
You got
saying
any pecans?
scenario versus scenario. If you
I
say
mean,
scenario, you're a douchebag.
do you say Louisville or do you say Louisville?
I say Louisville.
I say Louisville.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit. I'm about to be... can I get some subtitles?
New Orleans.
Yes. I'm going to
New
put them all
Orleans.
in Mandarin.
How do you
Y'all
say
aren't going to
it?
like the way I talk. Which
How do
one?
you-
Which word do you want? You want borrow? You want mum? You want sorry? You want
Louisville or
caramel? Louisville.
Louisville.
New Orleans.
You know how to say Cookville? You don't.
Cookville.
You don't put a K in there. It's
Cookville.
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 Yeah.
Lord have mercy.
Out
I was
there in
informed
old
that
Cookville.
Pegram is actually Pegram because there is no R.
No, it's Pegram.
So
Where-
not
where?
according to the council member, it's not.
Well, technically, according to everybody else in Tennessee, I mean, look,
I call it Pegram.
we have Milan, Tennessee. It was named after Milan, Italy.
How do y'all say
Milan,
where I'm
yes.
from?
We're lucky they don't say Paris, Tennessee as Pyrrice or
Pyrrhus.
some crazy stuff, just so they're not conforming.
Do y'all say Lebanon? Lebanon?
The South will rise
Lebanon.
again. The South will rise again.
They keep saying that.
It's
No,
not going to
no.
rise
I
again.
would like
It
the
won't.
traditional Southern accent.
That
to
was
come
another
back, though.
YouTube steal, though.
I
Sorry,
do
guys.
declare.
Yeah, the traditional Southern accent would be much preferable to the current Southern accent,
Yeah.
where you have to like basically say, "Is this person from Perth, Australia, or Tasmania proper?" Because you can't understand.
Rhodesia, probably.
Rodagio.
I don't know if we call it Rhodesia anymore, but
you notice that people from like really rural areas in the South, they do like weird sounds in between their words. Like they'll go.
this is
like,
the problem with having.
I actually just
A country
understood
full
what
of
you
states.
said, though.
I'm I'm eliminating our fan base right now because I'm just like making fun of everybody that's watching the show.
You ever heard of somebody from New Orleans talk, like southern New Orleans?
Oh yeah, but even that seems. I mean,
that's
like,
different.
It feels classy. I don't know.
Classy is not the word I'd use to define it, but it's
because it's inspired by French, like traditional French.
You're talking about Creole.
Yeah. Some of it's not. I mean, like, but the more Creole you get,
I'm talking about
dude. We're treading dangerous waters right now.
I would have to fucking agree right now.
We're about to get canceled.
He doesn't just agree. He
YouTube's about to remove us just for like.
Man. Anyway,
Telly, if you had to play a course like left-handed, what course would you play?
Lefty.
My house.
Something everybody else has played.
Left-handed. Ethan Page.
Okay, that'd be a good one.
I played that this morning because I was trying to work on the putts, get them ready for this weekend, going out to the Sparkman Monster.
You gotta get those 250 jump putts.
Get the singles reps in, man. Like, I haven't played singles in a while.
Was it windy?
I don't know. They're 100-foot holes. And I'm not very good at 100-foot holes, I found out.
Oh.
I was playing the golf shots and trying to slide my disc up, but hit a rock. Bye-bye. But I did hit my first ace since 2018 out there.
Are you jump putting?
Yes.
You got to be jump
on
putting.
the hardest hole.
Tell us more. Tell us more. What'd you hit? Let's golf snap it.
Hole 17.
Did anybody see it?
Of course, I saw it.
All right. You're you, so I'll give it to you.
It was the best shot I've seen that I've thrown in a while.
I wouldn't know. Nobody saw it.
I know. Well, it went in. My first ace since 2018. My last ace was a good one, though. I was actually showing somebody the disc today. I went out to Birdie Ridge, got to talking, believe it or not.
You?
No. Somebody else was talking to me, and I was listening that time. And before I know it, Kim's like, hey, you got 5 minutes until we start. And I was like, ugh. Ran the hole 1. DJ's up there on hole 2, practicing on hole 1. I said, hey, toss this back to me. Hit the front of the tray. He's like, man, you got to get it up. You too young for Viagra, blah, blah, blah. It's like, oh, here we go. And then I got Hoffman on the car. I said, I can't repeat that. I'm going to throw the forehand. He said, no, try to throw it higher. Let it go. Chains.
Nice.
Dead fucking center. And I called Rodney Goad on the way out there. I said, hey, man, I'm going to hit the ace spot at Birdie Ridge, and we're going to go play the Cane Ridge Open next weekend. That was such a good phone call to make on the way home. And because then I bought us in the Cane Ridge Open, and we both won it in our divisions.
No way.
Yeah, it was just, disc golf's weird how it just, things
fall into
place.
I feel the same
way.
Good
karma.
Like, I'll think about, like, sometimes when I play disc golf, and, you throw, like, a good shot, and you kind of get pimped if I by a tree, like, the last second, instead of, like, being parked, you're, like, 40 foot out. But I think that because, like, the way I feel about disc golf, sometimes, more times than not, I'll make that putt, even if I get pimped at the last second.
Taking advantage of what you're given.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like, oh, man, that was perfect. All I had to do was miss, like, yeah.
Well, I've gotten some of my best advice from disc golf from you. A few years ago, you told me, like, hey, every tournament I go out there, it doesn't matter if it's first or last. I'm trying to learn a lesson each round. And I've even told people that, and, like, I've always stuck with that. I remember when you told me that.
Thanks, man.
It meant a lot to me, and I still
It's so true, right?
I think I learned one even when I don't.
You have to learn lessons that will evolve you to the next
level.
Even just to the next round. If you got a 2-day and you shot poopy the first round, take a lesson from it.
I do have the parental advisory up, so if you poopy is unnecessary.
Sorry, man.
He's trying, Will.
I know. I'm just letting him know he doesn't have to work that hard. That's all I was trying to say.
Boob skin.
Don't abuse it, Telly.
Okay. Well,
give him an inch and he takes it.
That's what happened at my house that one day. See how it wasn't? Now you can clearly see.
I accidentally thought that we were not recording, and I went on a bit of a tangent.
Smidge.
While I was in the bathroom, and I came back, and I was like, Jay, did you tell him he could cuss? He's just immediately,
no
before I even
permission
got the
was
words
given.
out, no, sir.
Nope. If anybody's wondering, there was talk about getting a fucking jackhammer to remove a fucking curb at Cane Ridge on hole 12.
The beeps were hilarious, though.
The beep,
like at that time, they were gimmicky, and I did them for about 30 minutes, and then I abandoned that strategy.
I talk to Alpo all the time. I tell him, hey man, like I heard your beeps, and I think I beat you.
Oh, you beat him bad.
Because he's been bragging probably, November, so however many months that is, we're closing in on a year. Hole 1 at the Bag Tag Championship, I lace a forehand and Alpo outdrives me by 60 feet, and he told himself, act like you've been there. He took a 4, and then he said, nope, fuck it. I'm telling every single person I see that I outdrove Telly with a 4-hand on hole 1. I actually made him.
He sent me a message.
No, so I had to outbeep him on the podcast.
Yeah, of course. It was called for sure. I mean, drastic times.
What course has the most epic safari built into it?
There's some argument I would put on Crockett. Because there's some...
They have a
nobody
story...
fucking goes to Crockett.
But they had
a
safari event.
Crockett Park that's never played there before.
But they did a safari event every November for years and years and years with a very elaborate trophy. And I remember right around the time I got into disc golf, specifically right around the time I got put on the trilogy, my buddy Greg Wilder, shout out to Greg Wilder, OH.
Name dropping.
Came down from Dayton, and that was right around the time we were talking to Donny about at Black Monocle Discs, and he was talking about how it started as just like a random thing that him and his buddies put it on a t-shirt, and then everybody was like, can I get a t-shirt?
Yeah.
Well, that was how it started with Team Trilogy, because it was Maury Reynolds and a couple other guys from Dayton, Brad Bamer, and a couple other guys started showing up to tournaments with all dynamic disc, Latitude 64 West Side, and people started calling them Team Trilogy. So they put it on a shirt. And then everybody was like, what's up with this? And then they started putting it on shirts and putting it on stuff. And then they reached out to Rusco. And Rusco was like, yeah, that's a great idea. And they invested in it. And so that's how it blew up.
I believe Eat Sleep Disc was kind of similar to something like that. Was it not?
Eat Sleep Disc is just a total their own business.
No, but their name and how it came about kind of got used and passed around.
Well, it's definitely been passed around. Yeah, people definitely misappropriate the Eat Sleep Disc logo for sure, but it's so iconic. I mean,
yeah,
and it's almost like if you didn't know it was a company within disc golf and it was a brand, you would just see it.
It's not a stretch to
it
guess.
just seems like a gimmick. You know what I mean? It just like somebody might have put it on a t-shirt one time.
I've got the biggest Eat Sleep Disc pullover in the world. Played plenty of disc golf, and that got it from Justin Kritzer. Gonna drop some little name bombs.
Boom.
Justin
up,
has been mentioned a couple
Kratz.
times recently.
Kratz.
Dan brought up Justin. Justin, in case you guys
Whenever I hear
didn't
his
know,
last name, I think about those pancakes that they make at Kroger. They're called Kritzers.
We sell the bags of them at
Kritzers.
Costco.
You were asking about lefty playing a lefty course. He'd say any course. He's got that lefty flick.
Dude.
You don't see it coming. He throws all backhands.
It's so money.
Righty, and then all of a sudden it's like a lefty flick with a T-bird, and you're wondering what the hell just happened.
I'm really jumping into left field here. What's the oldest bag tag that you guys have? Actually, what's your first bag tag? What was your first type of bag tag? Because I remember mine was it was Drake's or something.
2014, Music City Disc Golf,
Really? You started with Music City?
and Team Trilogy.
Okay, okay. I got one. I got a couple older than that.
2011, 2010.
No,
I definitely have some older
They
than
didn't
that.
have one around here in 2010, 2011. I don't think I did the
The
first
year that Big Andy was running
Yeah.
MCO and all that stuff is my first year.
that was
whatever year that was.
2013.
2013 sounds about
I
right.
don't think.
When
I
did bag tags get hot?
The year after that.
2015, 2016.
2015.
We Music City bag tag league. Yeah, what he's talking about.
2014.
Boom. Yeah.
15.
Started going up.
It blew up because you had Shoestrick in it in 14.
So when did
when you got
Bose?
Shoestrick showing up to
Remember
bag tag.
grip bags did that little bag tag on their bags?
I still got mine.
Did anybody get
Little
above
wooden tag?
8,885 or below?
But here's my question: did you ever trade that with anybody?
Hell no.
See, what the fuck was the point?
No. Okay. So now when you go back and all these kids, if they keep, I don't know if they keep doing it or not. Then maybe they didn't. But if they would have, those numbers keep going up, and maybe these kids, the new kids, they go oh, that dude's got a 8,000 grip bag, an 8,000 tag from the grip.
Yeah, true.
That's
Kind
good.
of like a PDGA thing.
Yeah.
I don't think they released under 7,000 though.
Oh, did they not? That's probably all the ones that they gave away to promote and everything like that.
Tom Beth got the first 10.
Yeah.
Everybody at the grip factories got the tag 1. So there's multiples.
They still probably battle for them.
I would.
I bet some of them do.
Disc golf.
I can't lie. If I had a grip bag and you had that tag, I'd be like, hey, let's play for that.
Hey, man, I won't lie. Sometimes, in Trilogy circles, I'll show up at an event, and there's a bunch of other Team Trilogy heads. And I'm like, does anybody else here, other than me, have a 2014 Team Trilogy tag? And if they do, well, that's a separate tag battle than the rest of the tag battle.
Oh, yeah.
Forever and always.
Yeah. And so, that's the cool thing about tags. is you can
whatever.
It's a game within the game. It can exist on different levels, but it can also be ruined really easily by somebody either not following the rules or taking that shit way too seriously.
Yeah.
Or running away with the one tag like I did last year after the championship.
And if you have to move,
goodbye.
I lost the one tag. I got the one tag at my house. Whenever Harless and Duncan did really good at the bag tag championship, they had like 1 and 2, and they were like, "Let's keep it going until the first bag tag." And y'all are crazy, but I ended up with the one tag at one point, and I'm like, I mean, they set the pace. And
how many times have you had the one tag?
I don't know. I should know because it's not very many.
I swear I've had it like 3 times.
Yeah.
And the only thing that sucks about like getting the one tag is like immediately somebody's like, "Hey, you want to play?"
Oh, dude,
Hey,
you become so popular.
and what's the rule?
Well, then they
I've got
started
one
sending
tag.
me
Do
messages
you wanna
saying,
play
"Hey,
me?"
this person isn't defending their tag."
I know, right?
Do you know what I do at the beginning of the year?
There should be a limit.
The screenshot you sent me said you messaged them 20 minutes ago. So,
Yeah. And he played 2 rounds already today.
yeah.
Well, no. So every year I pick one person. This year it's Chris Miami Wilson. And first bag tag, I don't know what he got. But I was like, "Here, man, take this like 7 tag." He gave me like the 15. Next time I saw him, I was like, "What's your tag?" He said, "I got like 23." I said, "Trade me again. Here's a 15 back." He gave me the 23, and then he comes back. "What do you got?" He's like, "Man, I'm like 64." I said, "Here's the 35 back." And like,
No way.
I don't want the headache of people calling me. I'm not, because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, man, we're playing Dixon. Come on out, bring that one tag." I'm like, that's 2 hours away.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Seriously.
I played
good.
Dixon today. There's nobody playing at Dixon right now.
You played Dixon today?
Yeah.
That's such a good course, man.
Dude,
that
it's
would be
dope.
a good.
Dude,
that would
okay.
be a good safari
So,
course.
Dixon would be a great.
Dixon would be an epic.
I'm not
Dude,
saying
for real.
anything or anything,
Fucking
but
right,
I
dude.
went out and met.
I would challenge anybody to a safari round at Dixon. Holy moly!
Let's
Dude,
go.
not right now. Don't do it. You better wait till the winter time.
What's the course record out at Dixon for 4-man scrambles?
No, probably a
Dude,
lot.
I think it was like a 23 down or something. Was that what they said it was? I don't remember.
What scramble was this?
playing hole 1 to 2's
Ambassador,
basket. Dixon.
Ambassador Cup.
Hole 1.
You'd have to ask.
We
the
shot a
keepers
raw
of the cup.
40.
Hole 1 to
We
2's
shot a
basket.
raw
Dixon.
11, by the way.
Holes 1 to 2 basket.
We shot a
I'm hearing
43.
you.
What's par out there on the bigs? We shot a 43, I believe.
Oh, I don't know. It's HB par.
Hey,
No,
since
no,
we're
not entirely.
since we're glow round, can I go ham for a second?
What? After we're done, hold
Can I-
on.
I'm gonna change this.
Go for
Go
it. Go for it.
Let's
Let me
go.
hold on though. Let me-
baby, here's
Like, just give my honest
hard.
assessment of Dixon course.
if
like,
you're
at
okay
Buckner Park.
for a rebuttal,
Uh-oh.
because me and him agree.
I
Yeah.
like it.
I love
Yeah.
it.
That's a
I
great
love
course.
it.
I
also love
it.
I throw far and suck in the woods.
I also
love
love it. But the reason that I'm saying that we're already in the after hours, and that's the only reason I'm willing to go
okay.
and wild out like this
Let's
is
hear it.
because
Time out. Did we establish a safe word?
Pineapple.
it's always
It's always
pineapple.
pineapple.
Well, that's the
Always.
default. We could
Slippery-
come up with a new one right now as long as we all agree.
Slippery salami.
Boob skin.
I think boob skin.
Boob skin. I like it.
Somebody's gonna get offended, but it's
But
Okay,
wait.
okay,
In the
okay,
heat of
salami,
passion, those
salami.
words could be used.
People are gonna get offended by salami.
but pineapple is
It's just
neutral.
it's a
Pineapple
wonderful
is
salted
Sweden,
meat.
bro.
I like pineapple.
And it's slippery if it you. drop it
And
in the
what
sink.
other reason are we gonna have to say pineapple?
I mean, well, somebody's gonna ask me like, what do you drink
How about
before
Velvet?
a round? Pineapple juice.
Velvet.
I highly doubt that.
I drink a lot of pineapple juice.
Dip in the velvet.
You may drink a lot of pineapple juice, but normally when I see you before a round, you don't have a bottle of pineapple juice in your hand. I'm just gonna say it.
Safety word can be.
That's because I already drank it.
Oh, chugged it. He's just slamming the pineapple juce.
It's high in
We're all adults
antioxidants.
here. There's no safety word needed.
The
Is
safety
it time for
word
the
is
tip of the week?
velvet.
No,
No,
It's
I want to
time
hear
for
me.
Not yet. Marcus,
We're busy.
I swear to God.
Hey, the week's almost over.
He's anxious.
And it's Monday.
Hey, baby.
All right, go
This
ahead.
is your boy.
Oh man.
Get the ramp.
This is your boy Will coming in hot and heavy.
in my ears.
Stay tuned for
Check
the
it out.
tip of the week.
I'm
here
not
we go.
leaning back no more. I'm going to tell it like this.
Come on.
I'm going to tell it like it is.
Raise hell, praise hell.
Buckner Park in Dixon. Amazing course. Love it. I love it much more from the short tees.
Yes.
Long
All
tees.
7,000 feet of it from the short.
I'm an 850 rated disc golfer at best. So,
You're 875 in anybody's book, bud.
nah. I mean, like,
You're 900 in my book.
well, thanks. I mean, but Come up with the new rating system, please. Then,
Who's got the stat check? Who's got the stat check?
No, but I'm gonna say it like this. Okay, and the reason I say that, like, perfect example. Dixon grand opening tournament, first round, short tees. I was lead card. I tied with Logan.
Sure.
That's what I was stat checking because I wanted y'all to see it. I know it's true.
But second round went from lead card to DFL.
Sure.
From the long tees. So I understand it's an amazing course, and it's still an amazing course from the long tees. I just don't play on that level, and I'm fully willing to accept that. But here's the problem, and this is why I'm glad we're in the after hours for this conversation, because I'm going to say some things about somebody that I respect very much that he would probably, I mean, he's been at it long enough, he probably wouldn't be offended by it, but HB designed that course, and it's an amazing course, and it is everything that I wish we had out of a championship course in Nashville.
Sure.
But that course went into a town with 7 active disc golfers, and any new beginner disc golfer that goes out and plays that course is going to be so punished that they will never touch a disc again.
Preach.
And that's why nobody uses it unless we have an event out there, or unless the 7 disc golfers in Dixon struggle against the tide to build a club and have some bag tags made. And dude, Jeff Snyder has been making the bag tags by hand.
Yeah, and they still do. I believe they still do, like a little small group of them that play. But
so are we saying that Buckner needs one more set of T-pads?
Well, the city's already talking about pulling the course, man.
Yeah,
and we're already trying to look for somewhere else to put one out there. But it's and here's the reason why HB might be, and I'm just gonna elaborate and specify. Like, I love HB. I am grateful for everything he's done for disc golf, and I wouldn't be here doing what I'm doing if it wasn't for HB doing what he did and continues to do. No disrespect to HB, and I don't even know if the responsibility for this falls on his shoulders, or what percentage of it falls on his shoulders. But bottom line, end of the day, a course went into the ground in a town with 7 active disc golfers that would be a destination course anywhere else that had a disc golf scene.
True.
Like, it's the course we're lacking in Nashville. It's the reason we have to build a temp course every year to host the MCO and put in a bid for a national tour. Like, if we had that course here,
anywhere here, problem
solved. Right. But like in Dixon, it's just a countdown to when it's going to get pulled, and that is my tip of the week. What's up?
Damn.
Don't design a championship course in the ass end of nowhere. How about that? How you like me now? I'm just kidding. HB, I love you. It's a great course. Honestly, one of the best courses I've ever played. I'm not.
But I mean, the only thing that sucks is, like, I live in West Nashville, and it's still far from me.
Well, it's a little bit of a drive.
I live the farthest west aside from Will and yourself. Like, come on. Seriously?
So here's my deal with that, Marcus, and this is because I love you. We play disc golf and go to tournaments all over the fucking place.
True.
So what's 35, 45 minutes to go play around in Dixon?
Well,
dude, I'm already driving 30 minutes to play a full round of 18 anywhere I'm going to go.
Exactly. I can't find 7 people that are playing Dixon.
Minus the 9-holer over there.
Those guys coming out of Dixon.
And who wants to play 9-hole?
How about, all the guys who do come out of Dixon, though, have got cannons.
I'm going to go check it out because it's new, but who wants to play 9 holes? If I got time to play disc golf, I got 2 choices.
Smashes.
Which
John Lynn?
John Lynn
still
is
haven't played.
This is after hours, right? Glow round.
Yeah, hold on.
I did beat John Lynn, but he smashes.
He smashes.
I did beat him.
Huckfest?
No, it was Dynamic Disc Challenge.
Oh, okay, nice.
But he did just like leave from I think he was in Washington State.
Yeah, he's in reserves.
Reserves, yeah. He did just come back from reserves, but I did put a tax on that.
So you haven't played Stevens Valley? Will.
I can't lie. It was close match.
The hard part about Dixon is, like, yeah, it is way out there.
Black Panther versus Captain America. Is that what that was?
So here's let me elaborate on what Will's talking about.
Yes.
But where are we going to find land like that in Nashville?
In Ashland City.
That's not Nashville.
That is not by my house.
Okay.
You're not in Nashville, bro. I hate to tell you that.
There's land out where I'm
just saying, there's land between
a lot of it.
ourselves right now and Cedar Hill Park. And it's like right off the exit of Anderson City over there.
Hey,
Only $6 million an acre.
go look at Cedar Hill's plan. There's mountain bike all over it.
I mean, why don't you just make a post on Facebook and light me up about it? Because Lord knows I'm not doing enough for disc golf.
But
so, I mean,
I'm not
Man,
throwing
get a
anything
job,
out
hippie.
there. But I've heard in the disc golf rumor mill that Cedar Hill could be up for some new holes, even more possibly. I don't know where I heard that.
not
or who
Cedar
told me
Hill.
that. But
Cedar Chill.
someplace over there, that area,
Two Rivers might be looking at some new holes.
maybe. But
Two Rivers might be looking at another course. We might be looking at some of that wooded land. And this
knows?
is, and I'm saying this totally speculatively. Let me just go ahead and say, for the sake of the show, this is what Donnie and Zach were afraid to mention earlier, and that we talked about it off the air. And I'm not giving you the scoop. I'm not leaking any information. I'm just saying none of it's confirmed, but we are very likely going to get an inner 3 holes at Two Rivers. And there is a high likelihood scenario that at some point we might end up with another course at Two Rivers that's more wooded. And I don't have any, like, fact check me, Snopes me, and I will get a very low rating. I'm saying there is nothing to confirm this. I'm saying based on what I've been told and hearsay and rumors and all that stuff, we very well may end up with more golf to play at Two Rivers.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
He
I'm just
definitely
saying,
did not.
But back to the fact that like Safari at Dixon would be killer.
Safari at Dixon. So my favorite course to do Safari on would be. Have y'all ever heard of I think they call what's that place called? Seven Oaks Disc Golf Course in Nashville.
I've never heard of her.
there.
I've had a couple people forget that I used to live 2 minutes away, multiple years.
Nobody's
and
forgotten.
So who
But-
at this table's played Seven Oaks the most?
Definitely not me. I've only been around
I
for
would
a
definitely
few years.
take that.
I'm just saying.
yeah,
we
Telly
can't
probably
have, we
take
can't
that.
Y'all both been playing
We
longer than
can't
us.
have
though.
Safari at Seven
Well,
Oaks
maybe-
because we've
It's
all
between
played
y'all.
that
There's
course.
not a single hole anybody's showed me that I haven't probably already threed.
Oh,
Like in
look
Safari.
listen,
I'm not
listen
kidding.
to him
And I'm not.
here.
I don't mean to shame you, but there's a lot of time that Telly has spent at Seven Oaks that hasn't been spent playing disc golf. Like
I
weed
don't play
eating
disc golf
and
out
blowing.
there.
Yeah. Like so. Who? I mean,
Right.
like if we're gonna say who's spent more, who's played it more, then basically what we're getting at is who
what I'm
spent more
getting at-
time there, and you win that prize.
No,
what
I
I'm
mean,
getting at
there's
is
a
that we
group
can't
of
do
guys.
Out of the four of
Safari.
us. Out of the
Best
four of us.
Best Safari at Seven Oaks because everybody plays that course.
Yeah, but
you
that
hit
crazy
somebody. It's
safari
dangerous.
from
The
the
most
tennis courts down
profitable
to 14.
Was that, and I'm the one that brought that up. And then whenever we did that for $250,
Yep.
Hold on,
I'm the
long.
one that made it up. I was
never-
like licking my chops when they said that's what we were doing.
Dude,
for
that's the most
$250.
epic safari anything I've ever seen in my life.
It sucks if you get in the woods though.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
like, you're saying one hole.
Dude.
Like, I mean, like,
I can create.
who can get it in? I mean, I'm just saying for what it is,
Look.
because we play in and out, zigzagging it, and then you're going to say, no, this one little tunnel, just who can get there in the fewest strokes?
Look.
That shit is
Cedar
epic.
Hill, hole 15 to hole 9's long basket.
The new line,
The new
the new
line
nine.
basket.
That Road OB.
Dude.
Yeah,
Is Road OB?
Obviously,
It's road OB.
road is
Left
OB.
side of the road is OB.
Is on the Road OB.
On or beyond pavement would be OB.
No. But I mean, haven't we
If
all
I was the
Except-
TD.
haven't we all thought about throwing all the way down hole 15?
All
the way down
the
it.
way to the road,
All
baby.
the way down
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I mean, it would take a few. I mean, I see it in my mind, but I'm like, that would
But
take 8
that's-
shots.
But okay, compare that 15's tee pad to 9's new long pin. Compare that against tennis courts
Close
to
to
14 long.
I could definitely do 15 and 9 and less.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
If-
not as epic.
If Road was not OB,
Because it's less shots.
If Road was not OB,
Road would have to
Possibly
be OB.
4.
Road is always OB.
Yeah, I'm like, why are you even asking that?
Yeah, road on or beyond pavement is always OB.
what if I can? What if I can get across to 16?
No, I'm saying
What if you could?
no,
I
dude.
can.
If the rest of the course is on or beyond pavement OB, then that's what it is for that.
I'll give
shot.
you. You
I
can.
mean, we can go
you
hole
treat
15
it like
to
a
hole
river.
18 longs basket.
I'll give you that.
There are reasons that it's OB.
Treat it like a
Hole
river.
15 to hole 18's long basket.
All right, I quit. I'm
All
not
right.
playing disc
All
golf
right,
ever
Joel
again.
Frame.
I'm just,
All right.
I'm just trying to get a 2 eventually on a hole,
right.
and y'all
All
are
right.
getting crazy.
Well, see
Anyway,
what makes
hold
like
on.
Seven Oaks hole special about that, like because the fairways are kind almost like open the whole way. You know,
It's the most.
And sometimes you share them with other holes.
This is like we might as well be arguing is the new long on 18 a 4 or a 5 because it's going to go about the same.
It's a 4.
It's a 7.
Place. It's a
It's
a fucking 4, you guys.
It's a 3,
dude.
I'll 3.
It's a tough 4 or a soft 5, and which would you rather have? Would you rather have a tough 4? Would you rather score well on a tough 4, or would you rather take the cheap fucking bird on a soft 5?
All par 3s.
Bird all par day.
All par 3s.
I'm an 850 rated disc golfer.
All par 3s.
I have had
all par 3s.
All par putts, circle 1 putts for par. Multiple times on that hole. Super long 18.
Yeah. I say make everything a par 3. I'm tired of the over-under. That's not in the rules. The rules do not say
if
whoever
you're saying,
shoots the
let
lowest
him go, Will.
par.
Let him
It says
go.
whoever takes the most or whoever takes the least amount of shots to complete this course wins. Everybody's getting hung up on this over-under. Like, is this course too easy? He shot 20 down. No, he shot a 45.
Yeah.
Like, that's the end of the day.
Right.
Like, who cares what the over-under is? That's becoming an argument that shouldn't be a thing.
Yeah.
I like Santa Cruz, Masters
well, you
Cup,
have to
everything.
take other things into consideration. Look at what, the one time we had a big field playing the new 9 and the new 18 super long this year. Most of the people that were ballers were at Tennessee State's, and we had a very limited pro field.
He's not talking about me being.
I don't know, but I'm
talking about
no. And I'm not blaming you for it. I'm just saying people are basing an elevated average on that hole on the fact that none of the people that really play at the top of our local pro field were here. So, like, I'm saying MCO, and you have the top 20 people in the world playing that hole. It's rating a 4 all day. If you rated a 5, you're going to have 17 eagles throughout the weekend. Like, that's just the way it is.
The top 20 are going to be in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Some people don't realize how good those
I can
cats
get to the
are.
tunnel.
Dude, those guys
super
are
pros.
Super pros. Super pros.
They're super pros.
AKA
Yeah.
Marcus Rogers is a genius.
We are the ones at the Music City Disc Golf who came up with the category Super Pro. No, just kidding.
True.
I think we may. Who knows?
Not us.
We talked
him.
about it. Marcus. Yeah, that's us. You're a part of us now, Marcus.
Yeah, we get to take credit for everything you come up with now,
collective.
by the way.
Hey, we're a company. We're a crew.
LLC.
Okay, so we have spent quite a bit of time.
Tip of the week.
What? All right, just do it. Get out of the way. I can.
Yes, fine. Telly, if you had
Show us your tip.
If you had to give,
I was going to ask what tip y'all were talking
now
about.
it doesn't.
Describe it.
Just
Yeah,
the
I
tip.
got the tip of the week.
Just
baby.
the tip.
That's what it's called.
It's called.
That's what it's called.
That's what it's called now.
Just the tip. Thank you, Jay.
From the pros.
Jay finally contributed to the podcast, and now the tip of the week.
Damn.
Just the tip, though. Just the tip.
Cold-blooded.
Hey, it can be about anything from like showing up early to stretching to like
you're definitely gonna want to
Or
stretch
to
for this.
philosophy or mindset
Just
or
one tip. What do you think?
Hey Jay, you know I'm fucking with you, right?
Oh, I know.
All right.
Drink a lot of pineapple juice.
Tip.
This is the.
Shut the.
What do y'all want to tip on?
No, I mean, like, listen.
Give me. What do y'all want to tip on?
You know what? You know what? I'm going to just anticipate. I'm going to read your mind real quick. I'm going to use my ESPN, and I'm going to say that your tip of the week, because it's something that you and I are both very passionate about, and we talk about one-on-one quite a bit, is, hey, if you want to tip, how about if you have time to play at a minimum of 3 rounds of disc golf a week?
I thought you were going way south with that.
No, dude.
I was like, don't say it on there. We talk about a lot of things.
Anything that you have told me not to talk about, I wouldn't talk about. I'm going to say, hey, look, the
Velvet.
Here's the thing with me and Telly, man, is like, if you want to tip, I'm going to put it like this, and Telly, I'm going to expect you to add in, but I'm going to set you up because I know exactly like what the spirit of the tip of the week is and what Marcus is trying to get from you, and I'm going to put you right in the pocket to speak on it. So, here's how it works. If you have time throughout any given week to play 3 rounds of disc golf, sacrifice one of those rounds to go give back to the course that you play the most. Whether you walk the course and empty trash cans and haul the bags off to the dump yourself and replace the bags, or whether you go out there with a weed eater and you trim the fairways, or whether you go out and obviously we don't want anybody going out there with major tools and doing anything ridiculous without talking to somebody that's responsible for the course first. But there's a lot of general maintenance that could be done. All you have to do, bring one kitchen bag with you when you show up to the course. And as you play your round, pick up some cigarette butts and some beer cans. If the trash can on one hole is overflowing, maybe knock the overflow into your trash bag so you can carry it out with you. I mean, like...
Or just shove it in your bag.
Do something throughout every week. Like, look at... And the reason that I'm framing it this way is so that I can say, look at, on a week-by-week basis, how much are you getting from disc golf? How much are you giving back? And I'll leave it at that.
That's a lot of that.
And Telly, speak on it.
So the first thing is you got to drink a lot of pineapple juice.
You got to drink like
a lot more.
You might
more
as well
than
go to Costco and talk to Jay Skinner and get a membership.
Yeah,
I can't do that for you there, but you can come hang out and talk.
It's not even having. I mean, you mentioned having time for 3 rounds, give away one. You don't even have to do that. You get there early and you just walk. I mean, your body has to get
do
loose
some work
anyways.
while you play your round.
But 15 minutes to just check trash, pick up sticks. I mean, if you're not picking up there's people that I've seen have a lie that is junk. Oh wait, no, sorry, after hours. Their lie completely fucking sucks dick. Sorry.
Because they're sticks.
Because they're sticks, and they kick the sticks away, and don't make the putt, and then bitch. And it's like, dude, I'm going to come up behind you and pick up those sticks that you just kicked and put them in the woods.
Yep, sure.
I'm just putting them back with their family.
I was just testing their structural durability.
And you missed that putt because you missed it, not because of the sticks.
There's so many things. I mean, how many holes are at each course, but how many people play that course a day? You got 21 holes at Seven Oaks. That's a very good example course. But I know 5 people in general that do a lot of work out there. I'm not going to start naming people because I don't want somebody to feel left out, but I know of 5 people that go out there and do a lot of work. Just off the top of my head this year. It changes every year because scheduling. Chris Horn is the G. But you got 5 people taking care of 21 holes whenever really, that course sees a couple hundred people a day, and all it takes is one person out of a group even just to kind of lead the charge and be like, hey, man, let's spend 2 minutes getting all these sticks out from this storm and throw them in the woods. And you help everybody. Everybody's a winner. Just like at Freddie Gibbs Memorial.
I keep Freddie up on the wall. So,
I don't blame you. I got Freddie on a few of my walls.
Yeah.
So that's your tip.
I've also got
So the tip of the week. Okay, so drink a lot of pineapple juice. Eat a lot of pineapple chunks. You want the chunks because they digest faster than
you want the high pulp pineapple juice.
Oh, all pulp. You don't want none of that artificial
heavy
shit.
pulp.
Go straight to Hawaii and
So
get it
do you
off Honolulu's
don't blend it?
Oahu.
Don't use a blender.
And if you don't know, the Hawaiian state fish is huma huma nuka nuka apawa.
He is very right.
Whoa.
I have one of my best friends is from Hawaii.
I know the state fish of West Virginia is the rainbow trout.
So if y'all, dude, I feel like I give everybody
I got 3 friends in Hawaii.
clickbait. I feel like I give everybody clickbait though. Everybody wants an actual tip. I'm just telling them
That's
clean
the
your
tip,
shit
dude.
up.
No,
Dude, clean some shit up, dude.
Who wants some form? Who wants a forehand tip?
There's nothing worse than a person
Now
that
cut
gets
out.
on social media and starts posting about how nasty the courses look.
And does nothing.
Dude, I've seen some ridiculous stuff, dude. I was at Crockett one day and I started walking. As I'm playing the course, I'm seeing bottles of Busch Light laying on the ground, on the tee pad, around the tee pad, outside the trash can. And I'm like, first off, who the fuck drinks Busch Light out of a bottle?
Hey, whoa, bro. You live in Tennessee. You better be careful.
No, he said out of a bottle. No, I mean,
Busch Light is fine.
Busch Light
I've
out of a
drank
bottle.
plenty
I
of Busch
get that.
Light, but I'm
can.
saying you buy the bottle specifically, and then I'm seeing them on every hole.
Were they 12 ounce or 40s?
No, I'm
The
talking about
plastic screw tops. You can't
the
waste any of
regular,
that.
came out of a 12-pack or a 6-pack. It was ridiculous. I was outside of my mind trying to figure it out. The whole way through the round, I got back to the parking lot. I throw my bag in the car. I hear some guys talking. I turn my back. I look, and there's these 2 guys standing there near the open trunk of a car, and they're talking or whatever. And I see inside the trunk, there's an open case of Busch Light bottles.
And you grabbed
So you-
all of them.
And
you
I
made a
had a
connection
plastic
there.
bag
You made a connection.
full of Busch Light bottles, and I walked about 7 paces away from their trunk and slung it on a flick right into their trunk in between them.
Did it hyzer?
It did not
No, it did not
hyzer.
hyzer. It
It
was straight in.
exploded and made a real loud sound, and they both looked at me like terrified, naturally, and I was like, "You're gonna get this corpse pulled out of the ground, you motherfucker! Just pick up after yourself. What the?"
At Crockett? Yeah. That's a big issue. A lot of play. Whoa.
Whoa!
Yo, what?
I pulled you out.
Yeah, you pulled out on me.
That's a big issue at a lot of places.
I got real mad. Anyway, I slung some bottles at some folks and I cussed them out. And
in Brentwood.
In Brentwood.
That's
And
hardcore there.
that was Will getting mad.
All the
on the love
all the
channel.
indoor soccer players like, what was
That was
that?
a gangster president right there, like getting real mad.
And you know what? They probably didn't leave their trash anymore.
You didn't pay my vig.
Nope. I bet you they didn't. But anyway, Freddie Memorial, dude.
Well, no, I was going to do a real tip of the week.
Do your tip of
Oh,
the
you
week.
got another tip?
Yeah.
Because that was a good tip.
We're on camera.
Welcome.
Everybody wants forehand advice.
I would like either
Everybody
hand
wants-
advice.
I want forehand advice.
Throw it far and throw it near the basket.
That's
How
perfect
might
advice.
one go about doing that?
Height, angle, spin, torque, forward momentum.
Now,
All those things, baby.
Are you
Throw in a
hold-
little timing, and you're going to be parked.
grip?
when you release, are you holding your breath or are you exhaling?
I mean, dude, your body's naturally going to exhale. So
What type of
even-
underwear are you wearing? Is it like a snugger, more like spandexy?
This is Telly we're
I
talking
don't- I
about.
can't afford
There was
Otherwise-
almost a tip there. Let's go.
Okay, so when you're gripping the disc, I throw a Millennium, which Innova makes, and the actual underside has lettering. I put my finger right here on the
Right here?
lettering, but the actual
Straight finger or curl?
the actual tip of the finger is in the crotch of the disc.
I had to look for it on the,
The
TV.
cra-
I saw
it's
that.
in the crotch of the disc. The
Yeah.
crotch.
All right,
It's not on the wing. It's not on the flight plate. It's in the crotch, completely, like this.
in there.
No, it's in there, kind of snug. You don't have to grip it hard because your body's naturally going to grip it hard when you go to throw. And you're
Going to?
naturally. Are my
You got the
subtitles
two
working?
fingers straight.
They're perfect.
Two fingers
They're
straight.
perfect.
Your middle finger's stronger than your pointer finger. Ask.
Okay.
We don't have to go there. Ask your girlfriend. No, you're naturally gonna. You want to be loose. You don't want anybody to take it from you, but
Yeah.
your body's already gonna tighten up when you go to throw. And then, do I exhale or inhale? I'm very actually conscious of my breathing. If anybody's ever played with me, I usually say on every tee pad, "This is a beautiful day for disc golf," because I want my ears to hear it to relate to my brain, so my body doesn't do something fucking stupid. And it usually does anyways, but I still try. And no, I exhale because my body's exhaling.
I know your deep dark past secrets.
And every now and then
All
I
of this
breathe.
voodoo mind magic he uses.
No, so I usually drug my opponents so I can win.
That's how he got me.
My Kool-Aid's hot, baby.
Thanks for the
I
tip.
love you, man.
Logan never drinks my Kool-Aid.
Keep that middle finger in a crease.
You're a smart man, Logan, if you're out there.
He's out there.
But it's all hips. It's don't use your elbow too much. It's all hips. You're driving like you're hitting a baseball or driving a golf ball is your lower half. Can you guys see me? Here we go.
The camera's right there if you want to try to get in front of it. Or there you go, Will.
All right, we got you.
So it's you're loaded. I mean, you do your steps, blah blah blah. But then when you go
Mic
to
him
drive,
up. Mic him up.
mic me up, baby.
You got to pull that up.
He's good.
All right, I'll pull
We
it.
can still hear him.
Everybody calm down. We got it, man. But no, like I mean, you do your little X step. But when you're on your back foot, that's actually going to be driving forward. You're loaded, right here in the quadricep above the knee. You are loaded, and you're just going knee to knee, and the hips are going to follow. And then the upper half, you're not actually throwing the disc. Your legs just did everything. Your arms just catapulting it and stopping it and making it spin.
Making it
when
spin.
when your forward momentum and your spin match, that's when the disc comes out smooth. If your disc comes out all wobbly like a little bitch, your forward sorry. I just lost a lot of fans.
Don't throw wobbly in front of Telly at all. Don't do it.
Me too, man. Me too.
My fans are pissed. Mom, I'm sorry. You're my only fan.
No, that's why they're fans of you, bro. You tell them how it is.
My mom's a stud. My mom's over there like, this motherfucker don't know how to throw a flick. I taught him.
Shit. How long have we been calling each other bitches?
My mom, Mama Tell, if you ever meet her.
Mama Tell.
Mama Tell will.
Daddy Rowe.
How my subtitles working? Where are my subtitles?
Well, they'll be on there later.
No, Mama Tell will actually start duffing putts on purpose, so Papa Tell don't get pissed and quit because he's getting his ass kicked.
Well, that's
It's
a
out
sweet
there.
mom
It's out
right
there. Mom is a stud. Y'all are. I've been trying to get her to go play mixed doubles with me. Like, Mom, I'll get you close. I promise. I just need somebody to bag this division with me.
The knee thing.
Me and Sam were gonna do independence doubles, but we were unable. And Sam's like right away. Sam says, "Why do you want me to play with you? You just want somebody so you can go beat them by yourself." I said, "You do not say that to anybody."
That's awesome.
And yes, I could beat them by myself.
Very
Yes,
true.
you could. Everybody would agree.
And that was the tip of the week.
I was going to say, in the
Just
midst
tip.
of all that craziness.
What do we agree we were going to call that from now on?
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
No, wait. You
That
gotta
was
say-
just the
you have to
tip,
say it just
baby.
like it's tip of the week, but just the tip.
Just,
It's just a tip.
Just
You gotta
the
follow
tip.
it.
No oucher
Just
on my
the tip.
hair.
So you got just the tip a while back, and then that was the full.
Yeah, I hope my subtitles worked because that wasn't much of a tip. It's more of a ramble.
There's no subtitles, dude. You got
Yeah,
scrolling
there-
text, and that's.
If I don't get subtitles, then
You
I will
can-
never come
I'll tell
back.
you what, you can type out your own subtitles. How's that?
I don't even know what the fuck I'm saying sometimes.
I may throw in some subtitles just for fun, but
I mean, come on.
we'll see.
The knee thing, though, in the midst of all that craziness, the knee thing was.
Well, if anybody's
is something
coming to my
that
clinics,
a lot of younger
I do-
beginning golfers don't have.
Yeah,
They
I
don't
do
realize
one
that
clinic
that's
a
where
year.
it's at.
One clinic a year, folks.
One clinic a year.
And if you don't show up, sorry.
Yeah.
Like, except
you
everybody
don't buy a
leaves
disc
it
from
like,
me, I don't
well,
give
how
a
do you
shit.
actually
One-
finger pop it? You just rambled for a minute.
This.
You got a 1 in 365 chance.
You
This
take
one.
this
A real
finger,
disc golfer doesn't know why
you
he does
put it
anything.
in the crotch and you fucking throw it. It goes real far, baby. So here we are, back to the
That's what the glow round is all about.
Now,
right
the
there.
term crotch and the crotch of the disc, is that scientific or is that a new thing that's just come out?
I don't
No, that's new. I promise.
What do you call it?
That's a Tellyism.
The Tellyism. That's
Tellyism?
right.
Yeah,
Bro, if you come up with it, you get
You've
to
got
name it.
isms.
you got isms, bro. We got plenty of Skinnerisms.
I made up crotch.
I don't remember any of them.
No, you sure don't. I'm pretty sure you wouldn't.
No. Well, that's how you know it's good.
Anyway,
Glow round.
Anyhizer.
We're in the glow round.
Welcome to the glow round, guys. We're
about to round
I guess the whole
17
episode
and-
is the glow round this year, this
Velvet.
week, this year. No, Telly. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Reason for the season: 2020 Freddie Gibbs Memorial.
Hit us.
All right, so I have a chip on my shoulder from last year. Nobody ran it, and that's not on anybody. I noticed it. I'm probably one of the few that did, and I mean, if I would have known to step up, I would have stepped up. But I'm stepping up now. I've also had another chip on my shoulder, baby, and that was the upper putting practice area at Seven Oaks. I mean, this was all like
Oopah.
I went to Seven Oaks to mow grass because I needed to get my mind clear off life. And Steve Hardy got to listen to me ramble and pace. And I was talking about nobody ran the Freddie Gibbs. There's no baskets, where me and Travis spent 2 days with a stand behind mini skid steer and demolished the world so we could have an upper putting green. There's not even a basket up there. So I told Hardy I'm going to figure out a way to get baskets, and I'm going to run the Freddie Gibbs Memorial. On my way home, my 2 brain cells quit. I mean, I got 2 left, just to let y'all know.
Yeah,
They usually bounce into each other and are like, "What in the? Who the fuck are you?" Well, they started swimming next to each other, all synchronized and shit. And I was like, "I'm gonna run the Freddie Gibbs Memorial, and we're gonna do a fundraiser event, and we're gonna get some practice baskets in that area that I worked so hard for, and possibly if this becomes a thing, a yearly thing." We will do T-pads, T-signs, whatever the hell y'all want out there. That isn't already awesome. But so the Freddie Gibbs Memorial, there's 3 goals that will be had. This one rounds up. That rounds up. 3. So we will be doing number 1. Everybody's going to have the time of their life. It's going to be super fun because Finger Pop's putting it on. Number 2, we're going to remember our dear friend, number 78, Mr. Freddie Gibbs, who was a beloved friend to so many people. He listened to everybody. He had the respect. He left a legacy, and he deserves to. He deserves to have something, and we can't forget. Number 3 is a fundraiser for Seven Oaks. Like I mentioned, we're going to get some money together. All the entry fees going to go towards baskets, tee signs, tee pads. The actual format itself, depending on if they do baseball at the fields, we're going to try to do 30 holes, possibly 21. Tee times, 3-man scramble. Who doesn't love a scramble?
I love scramby eggs.
Yeah.
Did I mention it's bring your own partners?
Oh, everybody definitely loves bringing
So, I
their
mean,
partner.
Menage.
I mean, I see 3 guys. I guess I'm not on y'all's team. I'll have to find somebody. Logan!
Whoa. That's up for debate. We can have a draft.
Nobody wants me on their team, but I'll play.
Hoy needs
We can
a partner.
draft it.
And
Straight up.
I told
Hoy
Hoy
needs a much better partner than me.
I told Hoy he's on my card, so if y'all want to play with me, Logan and Tony, y'all can be on our card. But no, I'm going to get registration opened up this week. I'm working on the disc golf scene page. I'm not too good at that. I can barely turn my computer on, so I'm working on it. But
You can do it from that.
Give me the
You can do it
info.
from
I'll
your
help you
phone.
manage it.
I'll send you a picture of my piece of paper because I write things down.
Caveman.
What do you mean you own a pen?
Let me get that pager, homie.
I'm with you, man.
But no,
Now it's physical. It's right there in front of you.
But no, so we're gonna do either 30 to 20 or 21 to 30 holes. Hope leaning towards 30. If we can make it happen, we're gonna make it happen. 3-man scramble. Bring your own partner. Entry fee $30. That's $10 a person, and that's going. Everybody's gonna be a winner because all that money is going back to the course, and we're gonna have complete transparency with that. I'm working with Logan, and Logan's working with Innova, Full Flight. I got Millennium, Flying Colors, Ed and Kim. By the way,
It's good.
but oh god, here we go, Rodney Good. But no, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna try to get CTPs on damn near every hole. We'll maybe do a separate ace pot. Like I'm gonna stand there on hole 1. We're probably gonna do tee times, and I'm gonna stand there on hole 1 with everybody that tees off. And if you want to hear me ramble and tell you a story about Freddie Gibbs, did I ever tell you that one time?
No, but
You told me a few times, but go ahead, man.
But I'll tell everybody a story about Freddie Gibbs.
Yeah.
I'm even in the works of making more hacky sacks.
A Freddie story is totally appropriate.
dude.
No, we're gonna do it right.
Hacky's
and,
where it's
and
at.
like I said, number 1, everybody's gonna have a good time. Number 2, we're gonna remember our homie Freddie Gibbs. Number 3, we're gonna get some money for the course. I mean, what more do you want?
So-
and plus 3-man scramble.
Dude, I like that.
Whoa.
I like the 3-man scramby.
I suck at putting.
I don't think I ever saw
I can get
a
2 people that can
three-man
putt.
scramble.
Yeah, just
I've seen-
two bombers and a putter.
You get the 4-man scramble at the Ambassador Cup and then the shamble at Nashboro, but I've never seen a 3-man scramble.
I wonder,
be
did
cool.
Freddie like playing Wolf? Was he a big Wolf fan, or was he like, what was his favorite?
Freddie knew
Wait.
how to play everything, dude.
I'm sure he
Like,
did.
Freddie liked, actually, the last round I have with Freddie is 3-man scramble. And it was this motherfucker, fucking Freddie. We did flip up 3-man scramble at Ogwood, and Freddie flips up and gets myself and Joey Horn, and he talked shit the entire time because we were killing it for him.
Oh,
and
I'm
he
sure.
We'd have a 7-foot putt, and he'd miss short by 6 feet.
God love him.
He was having.
He
we
had
were
a good
having
time, though.
We were all having a good time.
I'm glad that he got a chance to come out and spend a weekend with us at Ogwood before he passed. That was super special to me. Like, I don't know, man. It's
Well,
here's the thing, dude. Is like Freddie, like Seven Oaks is the most popular disc golf course in Tennessee by a lot of standards, and I think the reason for that is largely because of the energy and the spirit of Seven Oaks. And that has a lot to do with Freddie Gibbs. Because so many of us that have given our time and our passion to keep Seven Oaks going have been influenced by Freddie. Tell him.
We're trying to fucking do something over here.
listening.
You're fucking over here picking. Boop.
I wasn't trying to. All right, I'm sorry, Telly. Sorry.
No, apologize to Will. He was speaking, sir.
No,
apologize to Freddie. I was talking about Freddie.
He would forgive me.
Should've
He would
got
understand.
He would. I'm just I'm messing with you. But
Welcome back to the after hours.
Here's what I'm
That's
saying,
right.
though, is like Seven Oaks is what it is in large part because Freddie was there. And all of us reap the benefits of what Seven Oaks is. So I think our community, and here's why this is important is because a big part of our community now is new people that never knew Freddie. And so that's why it's important that we have this event to tell people who Freddie was, why Seven Oaks, why he's such a special part of Seven Oaks. And I think we've been successful in that. I think everybody knows, because you can't
How
walk.
can you not know?
You walk past that monument, and then you ask somebody who is that guy?
Yep.
And
some of these
people.
Some of these older guys are like asking, like, what about Mateo and people that set the stone for Griff and all
So-
that? I mean, I had somebody, I'm not going to say their name, because this is the after hours, baby.
Glow
I know
round.
exactly what you're talking about.
But no, like,
so.
I've had the older guys come up to me and be like, what about Mateo, who set the pace for everybody? And I said, look, I was close with Freddie. I'm doing my thing for him. You're talking about your homie. You do something for him. And, like, if you leave a legacy, you deserve to be rewarded. That's something I talked to Logan about. Oh, wait, Logan no-show Bowers?
He tried to
He
show
has
up.
legitimate
He set up
reasons
in the
tonight.
hotel room, and he was
Call
ready
him.
to come in on a Zoom call, but we don't got no Wi-Fi, so.
Call him Jay.
I can call him if you want me to.
Yeah,
I
call him.
think I've got it.
It's too late. He
because-
already said he's good.
Bullshit.
I'll
He's
text him.
fucking playing disc golf
So,
Valley.
what you-
he ain't
so
doing
what-
shit.
To what you're talking about, I had a long conversation with Steve Kearns, and Will and
That's what I was talking about.
yeah,
So I'd piss on that gravestone.
and Will and I actually we talked about it, and it's on a mental list in both our heads was the bricks around the big tree out on 18. And that's kind of what Steve thought would be good for everybody who has left a legacy at that course. And I mean, what are your thoughts?
Are we back to that conversation
Well, I
where
mean-
we talk about they should do something?
No, we're talking about the club would be doing it because we would start it, and as it went around,
I'm
people would get to add their
gonna
bricks.
dead this real quick and just say yes.
Boobs
We are going to, in perpetuity,
Yeah.
do everything we can to memorialize everybody that contributed to what it is that we have, and we will continue to do that as a club for as many years as I'm involved and have a say. But what we're talking about right now is Freddie Gibbs, PDGA 7878. Who had a big influence on a lot of people that have played Seven Oaks. And you're planning the memorial event on August 22nd, yes?
This is also true.
Yes.
So you actually used a picture. I think I mentioned this to you. I fucking left the disc in the car. What the fuck amateur hour is this? But no,
It's your first time.
No, oh yeah, it's my first time on here. Well, in a house.
That's right.
Normally, I'm on top of a radio tower in the middle of bumfuck Eastern Wilson County trying to catch a signal from you. Or underneath the hotel lobby.
That's Morgan Freeman. If you're,
So no,
You're Australian now?
actually, so like, it's really funny. My Canadian family. When I get around my Canadian family, I start using that Canadian accent, but then I get drunk and the Southern drawl, and everyone's like, "Why the fuck are you doing an Australian accent?"
If you have anything but a Southern accent in Tennessee, they'll be like, "Yeah, is that an Australian guy?"
Yeah, no, that's why I knew I like had the hardcore Canadian accent when I came here in grade school. Oh, I dropped that shit fast around here. But no, the picture you used for the flyer for this evening, I forgot about that ace too. I've hit 17 million aces, Jay. But no, it was Freddie always told me on hole 11, Marcus. You probably heard this from him too.
All right.
He said it's just a rock shot. He'd
More than
always
once.
say, and I'm over there like flicking my rhino, which I still do. But there's one time I actually listened to him. It was Mother's Day of whatever year, and I actually listened to him and threw a backhand with a rock for the first time ever of listening to Freddie, and I aced.
so why wouldn't you go back to doing that again?
And I've never thrown a backhand with a rock on that hole again.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
But no, that disc itself was a short mountain Color Glow Rock 3 that Ed and Kim got, and they were sick. And there was just so much to it. Like, we used to take, I used to take Freddie to Short Mountain damn near every year, and I know Amanda stepped up whenever I wasn't unable to get him there. And Freddie always made it to the Short Mountains, and we got down. I'll show you his favorite. I'll show you his signature dance move here in a minute. But because it's a good one, and I try to use it on the dance floor, but people just call the ambulance. But no, I mean, that Rock 3, I aced hole 11 at Seven Oaks, where he always told me to throw a rock. I finally throw a rock. I aced with a rock on hole 11 at Seven Oaks with a Short Mountain disc, and I actually ended up dyeing that disc. I actually took a picture from him putting. It was his that famous picture of him putting on hole 12. I guarantee you he missed it, but that's the picture I used. And I used that. I did a horseshoe because Troll Biscuit, Eric White, made a song called Old Man Horseshoe. And if you ain't been to Short Mountain during the glow round and you ain't sung Short Mountain, or you haven't sang Old Man Horseshoe around a campfire and everybody chimes, Old Man Horseshoe, Horseshoe. Like, shit gets fun. But no, it was a special, very special disc for me. But so Freddie's signature dance move was this is bluegrass music.
Yeah,
We're getting
absolutely.
down.
It's Short Mountain, bro.
He loved Flea Market Hustlers, and that's who Ed and Kim got out there all the time before the move. And like, if you like Grateful Dead and Jam Band, and like they would even do Ambitions as a rider in bluegrass. Like, that was the sickest. He was good. But so Freddie's signature dance move went a little something like this: just getting down. Oh God! Oh, no, I'm fucking with you. We all freaked out when he did that, cause like we were up it was the first year of Short Mountain when I think we got like probably 6 inches of rain in an hour. It seemed
And
like,
about an hour and
like
a half of sleep.
all of us. What was
About an hour and a half of sleep.
What were you doing?
Sleep? What the fuck? Nah, we were up. But no, we had an easy up. I had the easy up that my parents gave me. It was a 10x10 easy up. And we had it all the way down, but still open. And it was as low as we could go. We're all about shin deep in flood water, passing around pieces of paper with Colorado tobacco, and chugging Short Mountain water. Okay, I know Rodney Goad won most fun that year, but how he beat Bryce Dewdrop Braden, I don't know. And if you haven't heard,
It was raining really hard.
y'all don't want the Dewdrop story. I can't do that to Bryce on here.
He's not here to defend himself.
Well, I went back to that Porta-John and your friend. Well, I mean, he left a little dewdrop on the ground with his cigarette, his lighter, and his hat. When I went in there before, it was just him passed out. That year was bonkers. I mean, Rodney Goad won most fun wins. He lost his voice, so he had to win something.
What? I was gonna say, what year at Short Mountain is not bonkers?
Everything at Short Mountain is bonkers.
That's
That's where I got my first sidearm mates. Red Apple, hole 17. Justice,
Yeah.
Skit or all air?
all there.
I hate you. I always fucking 7 that hole. I hit the first tree
I
and
always
go to
do
hole
too,
1.
man. That was the first time it wasn't a 7.
I got my, so like that was the year I'm talking about was the first time I ever made lead card in open. I just switched to open. It was 2014. I'd won Tennessee States in intermediate, went and played Rumble at Ravenwood in advanced, shot the worst round of my life, or worst tournament of my life. So I was like, man, fuck advanced. I'm gonna go play open. That was really dumb. But went and played Short Mountain and open, and I made lead card with what was that guy's name? Logan No Show Bowers. Rodney Blue doesn't know who Eiffel 65 is. Goad and Donnie Wicks, aka DJ. And
That's good.
he doesn't know who Eiffel 65 is. I'm just saying. How does he not know that
Can you blame
song?
him?
He doesn't know that song. And Flume just came out with a banging remix on it too. I listen to
EDM.
EDM. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
I go to a lot of raves. Or I used to go to a lot of raves when I was younger. Logan, if Logan was here, he could tell you some stories that I've told him that people don't believe me until I see my old friends at the course. I'm like, I haven't seen you in 10 years. And they're like, remember that one time? And I look at my friends. I'm like, I told you. But no, I made my first lead card, and I had those 3. And I was like, oh, my God, I did it. Like, is that not the lead card that when at the time 2014 that was the lead card. It was DJ, Rodney, and Logan, and I'm like, I made it, and I got a flick ace, and it was the worst drive of the day. I threw it straight in the ground. The hole's still there, but it's changed a little bit. But I threw it straight in the ground. It slid for 700 feet and then hit this log and board slid in. Logan didn't see it, so he didn't give me $5 because he looked away. He knew it was about to happen. DJ and Rodney. DJ had a $5 bill in my hand before I even before the chain stopped shaking. And like me and Rodney threw down so hard during the round with. It's unsanctioned, folks. Unsanctioned. Don't worry. Unsanctioned at a moonshine distillery. We wrote down the wrong hole number, the wrong course. I think Rodney spelled his own name wrong. It was not a pretty ace.
It's still an ace.
That's an ace.
Shorty.
What's your best ace, Marcus?
Ace hole
Or sorry. Best and favorite.
Ooh, favorite. Hole 1, 2, 3, hole 4 at Crockett. Inside the trees. The flick from the inside out.
That's good.
Got it with a crate, a champ crate.
Was it the two-time crate?
It's in my room, I can tell you.
I was just in a
I'll go
bed,
find it
didn't
for
he?
you. I'll let you know. But yeah, man, I don't have any flick aces. Not many flick aces. That's a good one.
How about you, Will?
Best one?
No, best or favorite? Because, I mean, sometimes your best one's not your favorite one.
My favorite one, I was playing Ogwood with Tina Oakley, and I aced 16 from the short pad to the short pin, but I put it right between the split and the trees.
Nice.
Right through there into the basket.
I don't throw hyzers.
I still got, she drew a little whale on my disc.
Another hole I always said.
Nice ace. Yeah, that's probably my favorite one. I don't know.
That's a good time to get an ace with the
the best one was the sidearm ace at Red Apple at Short Mountain, because I don't throw sidearm. I don't throw sidearm.
I seen it.
But I did it, and I aced that thing.
There's proof of it, man. People wrote on it.
Yeah.
I made like
People
$100. It was a CTP hole too.
He got paid for it.
And me and my partner, I was partnered up with Marcus Allen. We almost swept the whole thing, except the one girl that was out there playing on one of the teams. Somebody opted to give her a handicap at the beginning of the round, and because she came up and she was like, what's this? What's it? And she knew what she was talking about, and I was like, you guys don't know what you're getting yourselves into. And then she was the one. She was the one that prevented my sweep.
Well, I just want to say, people who
Last
get
hole,
aces
CTP.
on CTP holes are just greedy.
Yeah.
I'm mad.
You should feel
greedy,
ashamed.
bro. Yeah.
Double dipping. Choose one.
What you got, Jay Skin?
I totally expected to hit that sidearm ace. That was definitely my plan.
Probably hole 12 at the Oaks.
Hole 12 at the Oaks.
And the reason why... Ooh, I fucked it up.
Who in this room has hole 12 at the Oaks? I know you probably...
And the reason why is because
I hit chains
12
about 17 times.
is, like
Me
when
too.
you first start playing the Oaks, there's a couple holes that you really want to get. 12's one of them, and that was always
4, 12.
yeah, that was always the one I wanted to get.
9 short.
And I got it with Hardy, Rodney, and Zimmerman on my card. And because I hit an ace, I won Sunday singles that morning over Rodney by 1.
That's always a good story when you beat Rodney.
Well, just the fact that I have Rodney, Steve Hardy, and Zimmerman on that ace disc, to me, those are 3 guys that have been important to me in disc golf. So to have that ace on 12, in front of those guys was definitely my favorite by far.
Yeah. I got Rodney and JP on my first one.
Yeah. And I actually threw it and meant to get close to the basket instead of like a couple of them that I've gotten. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
it's cool that it went in.
Yeah.
Totally meant to do that.
Thanks. Thanks, Ralph.
Yep. What about you, Telly? I'm sure you got many ace stories.
Best one. Favorite one.
I've got 1,700.
1700
I don't have time for all that
favorite
this evening. I'm ready to go. So.
All right, I'll go real fast. I got a good hole 12 one.
Ooh.
It was the old Clint handicap when Steve Kearns used to give me a +4, and I would still win by 7.
Yeah.
You were a double star?
I was all the stars. I was the one leading the pack. It wasn't Logan back then. He made me a 4-star, and I think it was the day that I came back and I said, "You want to give me some more strokes? I'm still winning by 4."
Wait.
Was the last time he ran it.
Wait.
Yeah. No, I've got a notebook at the house from back in those days that has what I said I was going to do on each hole and what I did. I used to play Seven Oaks more than y'all think. I had that shit.
You're talking about
He
stars,
lived
stars and plus handicaps?
I was a plus 4 and I would still win.
I
It was
was a
Clint
plus 2.
handicap. It was Clint.
Kearns
It was
ran
Clint.
a handicap event.
It was Clint. Dude, no, like, so if me and you go play Clint round at Seven Oaks.
Mm-hmm.
I love Kearns, but
Do
I'm
you-
about to say.
No,
Oh,
it was back
all-
whenever there was more handicaps.
Yeah.
But if me and you go play a Clint round at Seven Oaks, you want some strokes? You might want them. So you be a -4, I'll be a +4, and guess what? I was still winning by 4. That's why he had them.
Yeah, it was to try to make a singles round competitive for everybody without
But
divisions.
it was Clint, so it didn't matter because I was
Does
still
that make sense?
I would never do that much work for you assholes.
It wasn't
because
that
they
much
were-
You,
work.
Steve Kearns.
But
It
was a
wasn't
bunch
that
of the
much
same
work. It was
people.
more so like,
So
fuck
he
you,
knew
Telly, you're a
who
4.
they
Fuck
were.
you, Bryce,
Like-
you're a 3. Fuck you, Rodney.
Yeah,
you're a
I
3.
still, I don't care how good I think or bad I think you are.
Yeah.
I ain't doing that much work for y'all.
Thank you.
I mean, he'd just look at you and be like, "You're a -1, or you're a
But
+1."
I mean, he had.
I
I
understand
took
why people
0.
couldn't get along with it, for sure.
I didn't care.
I'd
Yeah,
play
but
it
there's a
few
lot of
times.
people that couldn't get along with it.
But no,
sure.
during. Okay, I got 2 for you during those events.
Mm-hmm.
Hole 12. It was the last hole. We started on 13. I had JP, Chris Horn, and Joey Horn, and I was the last one to go. It was the last hole, and all of a sudden they want to split the ace pot. And I said, fuck you motherfuckers, I'm greedy, and threw it in. Then one of the funniest stories, or not funniest, it's a pretty cool fucking story. Hole 18, during the same Saturday morning Clint handicap. This is, you may have heard before. I think it was Rodney had me by 1. But he wasn't on our card. But Binkley had me by 1 going into 18. We started on 1, so it's the last hole. I got Casey Whitaker, Travis Hood, Chase Carter came in late, was just kind of bullshit with us.
I know where we're going here.
And then it was the Clint handicap. It was hole 18. It was in the shorts, not the longs,
Straight
folks.
up.
It was
Still
not
hole
long.
18.
It was out in the middle between the 2 trees, and I threw like an amazing drive, and it missed. And I was like, all right. I looked at Binkley. I said, bitch, you ain't going to make this 2. I'm going to tie you. And he's like, and I hear Casey from the bench say, I'll give you 50 if you stick it. I won by 1. I got a $200 ace pot.
Nice.
$50 from Casey. And then 17 million people came out with $5 bills from the woodworks. JP from the parking lot, Mikey McDaniel from the parking lot, people on 3, people on 2, everybody was there.
And that's how you got the Nike sponsorship.
Was it?
And Reebok, I believe, too.
No, shit. Which one is it?
I
thought it was-
Keds.
Ooh, old
I
school.
thought it was Skechers. Fuck.
I heard
Should-
Keds. Could be wrong.
Is it proper to explain the $5 for any new listeners who might not know what that is?
Sure it is. If you see somebody hit an ace on your card, you watch them throw, you watch it go in, give them a $5 bill.
Well, nobody gave me chains for.
I've never been given a $5 bill for an ace I've hit,
I got.
I've not ever seen
but you probably should.
Yeah,
I have
definitely
given
should.
plenty. I have given
Hey, I'll
plenty
pay
of
out.
$5 bills.
That's good karma.
yeah.
Because then you got to tell people like,
Some
especially
people
if you
take it
gave
even
somebody
farther.
a 5, you say
There used to be like a unofficial
There's
like
a 5 low
unspoken
club.
club. Yeah, where like you hit metal off the tee. And you
Oh, I
get
hit
a
I
dollar.
I smashed chains on 8 short on my way out here. Nobody gave me a damn penny.
Oh, dude, you hit chains in front of some of the old school
It's
guys.
almost
They'll hand you a
pointless.
dollar.
It's almost pointless to bring it up because nobody's gonna.
Nobody's gonna
Well, and so at the that
And then
that,
you're gonna end up salty because you're gonna look around after you smash chains and you're gonna be like,
Where's my
"Where's
dollar?
my money?"
Come
And
on, I
everybody's
need that
gonna be like,
$2.
"What do you mean? Where's your money?" And then you're gonna get the same kind of questions that I get on a daily basis. Well, I want to know why first place only got $300.
What do you mean I got a players pack?
Yeah.
Where'd that money come
Hey,
from?
go around. I just want you to know.
go around.
My T-shirt doesn't fit.
It rounds up.
Look at Stubby.
It rounds up. The doctor did a good job. He did good. Left me some hinge. Am I allowed to?
It's hinging.
Yeah.
Am I allowed to talk about? Okay, so
You can do whatever you want.
It's not all there. It rounds up.
Sort of.
It's supposed to be. It used to be here. No, it used to be huge. Doctor did a good job. Only a couple side effects. It's got some scar tissue. He left me a little wiggle. I've been hitting him up because I've been having trouble lately. when I flick people off in traffic, they squint at me. And I'm thinking he can do something for me.
That's awesome.
What is that?
Y'all must be too tired to laugh.
Welcome.
Oh, no.
Well, they've heard it 17 times already.
Yeah,
It was funny the first.
It was for the
16
audience.
times.
It was for the
Still
audience.
funny.
So put in just a blurb of like audience laughing.
Well, dude, you're supposed to fake laugh.
I'll
at my
put
jokes.
room laughter.
I know you've heard all 18 of my jokes.
Please applause.
Probably more than likely.
Hilarious.
Telly, I love you.
All right, I'm going to bed.
Yep, us
Hey.
too.
Thanks, man,
Some bullshit.
for having. I didn't even. I looked up. It's 10 o'clock.
Y'all check it out.
Yeah,
August 22nd, Freddie Gibbs
Yes.
Memorial 2020 at Seven Oaks. And
Be
it's going to
there.
be a blowout. And because MCDG, we're going to put everything we have into it. Telly and Logan are running it. And
I
Logan,
already
no-show
asked-
Bowers.
I already
will
asked.
feel.
Well, so Logan wanted to be my partner.
He's really only a no-show because we had no Wi-Fi. He was going to do a Zoom
well.
call.
Logan wants to be my partner,
but he
folks.
did forget that he had a meeting in Chattanooga tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. He's getting married.
Yeah.
What a fucking weirdo.
Why would that ever happen?
But no, Logan.
world.
Logan said, "So who's our third?" And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Is it Pops?" I said, "Oh, I thought I was gonna be like flying up Matty O and like Cam Colglazer and fucking
You
spanking
don't-
your ass, dude. Hey, if you want to fly some big dogs, I told him I was like, I mean, I don't mind like seeing who my real friends are and like let's see who can bang. But no, I'm playing with Tony and Logan. I'll carry them at Seven Oaks again.
I was gonna say, do you need to call up the big guys with the card like that? With the two of you? I don't
Yes,
think so.
because I suck.
Listen
I'm
to that.
not good at this.
At the beginning of the podcast, you didn't suck.
And that's all for the late night hour, baby. That's the last 70s groove tune love making song you're gonna hear, baby.
And now I gotta follow that. So, dude,
Low round.
I love you, Telly. Thank you for taking the reins, you and Logan, and keeping the Freddie event alive. And I know maybe some of that shade was thrown at me at some point, and
About Freddie Gibbs Memorial?
about nobody running it, and no,
I just didn't know.
I mean,
I
it's
was
just,
actually
shade.
going to ask you what.
It was actually just sun.
I thought we did
Beaming
an event
hot
for it.
Nashville, 120 degrees. No,
Yeah.
there was nothing to that. No, this is something I just noticed. I don't know if I was the only one that noticed, and I just...
no, man. It's just it's one of those things. We've got 150 events that we want to run, and we can only run 50 of them.
You
know
heard
what I mean?
that there, folks. If you want to run something, hey, they should run a
Please.
fucking blah, 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 fuck, blah, blah.
Well, why don't you
Run it.
learn how to run a tournament, and then you come to us, and we'll sponsor you, and we will
Show you how to do it.
Give you
Help you
all
out.
of our resources. We'll place your orders. We will promote it. We will do all that stuff. But not only do we not need to be the only people running events in Nashville, we don't want to be the only people running events in Nashville because the shit gets overwhelming. I'm just gonna say it.
Hashtag fuck this.
I was going to say, we should start franchising. If you guys
Yeah,
want in.
man, that's part of the
Hit us up.
strategy that I've been implementing for the last 2 years is try to train up some tournament directors and give them some autonomy, man, and let them know, hey, you run it, plan it, promote it, execute it. If you do it well, I'll put whatever I got behind you.
Well, just do yourself a favor for your own game. Take the exam.
Yep.
You'll learn something.
Yeah, become a rules official. Just come to a bag tag even and hang out behind the table. Ask, how can you help? And we'll, tell you how you can help us.
Ask to come behind the table before you just come behind the
Yeah,
table.
don't come behind the table. Otherwise, you might go into the triangle with McCaskill, and only one man will emerge.
That's it, dude.
Can we drop the mic on that one?
I'm scared.
Glow round.
Out.
Rolling out.
Out.
On that one.
Episode 91. Peace out.
Pineapple.
Let the bass kick.